reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikose, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Good morning to you, cherished listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. You are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is the news headline review. Right here, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news. From business to politics, from sports to entertainment, we got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. And I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu. Joining me this morning right here in the studios is my beautiful and knowledgeable ladies, Miss Deborah Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. They'll be diving into the issues. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
The grace is sufficient.
Hope all is well. Hope you slept well.
By grace.
We thank God. Pinky. Good morning. How are you?
Grace, favor, mercy, everything's on.
We thank God. We
Hope
thank
you're
God.
also fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. But I didn't sleep well.
Sorry about
I'm still complaining about the shorter nights and longer day.
I know.
God has to do something about it. Anyways, have we taken breakfast already? What are we having for breakfast this morning?
Police sponsor.
Ask her again.
I'm asking you. Do you know what I can do?
Nothing.
Do you know what I can do?
Nothing. Shishi.
You just downgraded me.
I don't understand. What's that, guys? My microphone is not coming.
Oh, what happened? Your microphone is on.
Hello?
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. We are having some technical challenge while they're in the studio. They don't want to hear Miss Regina.
They lie bad.
They lie bad.
They think they're for
They lie bad. Lisa, can you hear Miss Regina now? Miss Debbie,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm good.
Miss Regina?
Hello.
Yes, I think we are back on track. The devil is a liar. Right, let's dive into our major news items for this morning. So yesterday, Kwachi Ofosu held the government accountability series, and we are going to be looking at some things he brought up. Right. So for our first story, artificial shortages worsening Accra transport woes. The Minister of State in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachi Ofosu, says recent transport difficulties in Accra are being worsened by the actions of some private transport operators who are deliberately creating artificial shortages. Speaking at the Government Accountability Series, Mr. Kwachi Ofosu admitted that commuting in Accra has become increasingly difficult, especially during peak morning and evening hours. He explained that although the transport sector is largely run by private operators and unions such as the GPRTU, some drivers are exploiting the system for personal gain. According to him, after fuel prices dropped and transport fares were reduced by about 15%, some drivers responded by avoiding their designated stations and roaming around in search of desperate passengers willing to pay higher costs. Mr. Kwachi also cited areas such as Medina, Amasaman, Kaswa, and Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where drivers allegedly refused to load passengers at stations, creating artificial scarcity and forcing commuters to pay more than approved fares. He described the practice as unlawful and said it partly explains the long queues and inflated fares commuters have been experiencing since the 2025 Christmas period. The minister assured the public that government is taking steps to address the situation and deal with drivers who engage in such illegal practices, adding that efforts are ongoing to restore order and fairness in the transport system. I think this has actually been a headache since the Christmas period. Or is it before the Christmas period that we noticed that we were actually having
Before and after.
Before and after? Well, I know we've had a long issue with transportation, but it actually looks like it has become very intense during this last
Okay, so let's
from
say
20
December.
from December.
No, this
We're
will
actually
be-
saying that it's because it's Christmas and everybody wants to go to town and go and purchase things for Christmas. But Christmas is over and we are still facing that same issue. And we've seen our Deputy Agric Minister yesterday at Shiashi, he brought in a free bus to convey these people to their areas or wherever they want to go to, and it's so bad. And I think we've also seen some people also trolling the Deputy Transport Minister. It's high time they do something about it because it's becoming very, very frustrating. But my problem is, why have we handed over our transport system as a country to just the private operators? Miss Eugenia?
Private operators.
Yes. But GPRTU is run by a private entity. I think the only public transport operators we have is it the STC and the Metromas? And how many of them do we see on the road
And
going for short distance? Yes. How many do we see going for short distance?
Short
Distance.
Oh, I think Ayalolo normally works. For Ayalolo, it always works. But when it comes to the Metromas, excuse me, when it comes to the Metromas, I think at times you even need to book them. Especially with this excursions, you need. Oh, why?
Sorry.
With these excursions where you need big buses, they sometimes book them, pay, and take them along. But when it comes to this Ayalolo, we normally see that most of the times it will be very crowded to the point where most people would even be standing. So private drivers, I would say, I don't really know why the government have left it for them, and I don't know what the Minister of Transport and also the Deputy Minister of Transport is also doing. For the Deputy Minister of Transport, there she is receiving backlash, because looking at what is going on currently, and she's on social media posting beautiful and nice pictures. I understand that it's not her fault, because most of these MPs, they don't really run their accounts themselves. They give it to some people to take over. And you know, as you are saying, why? Then the government is the only one who can answer this question. Why? There are cars, so and you say cars in the hole. Cars are there, but these drivers are you can't say are charging exorbitant and high prices just from a short distance, because the money they can take you, and you have no choice than to board it, because if you don't, another car coming will be very expensive, or it will even be difficult. And I say come back, and we can testify to the fact, say when we sometimes go out for reporting how we struggle for cars, we need to even sometimes book a ride, and even that ride, because of what is going on, they sometimes also take their prices very high. We have a lot of cars. I know we have electric buses.
Yes.
Where are they? What are they doing? And yesterday, the Minister for Agriculture, Deputy Minister, he used one of the electric buses. I don't know if you saw it. He used one of the electric buses. So this should tell us that we have buses there. So what is stopping the government? During the festive season, the Transport Ministry organized buses. I think it was when the cars were very difficult to come by. They organized buses and organized times and locations where these buses will be available for the public to board. So what happened? I don't know, Mejai. Me, I've realized, our drivers no me need it. And to know me, what price am I nanti? How many hours I'll walk? I can't remember. I saw a video where the church driver was 30 cedis from, I don't know if it was from Accra to Kaswa. 30 Ghana cedis. Why?
So drivers like that, what is the government doing, or what is GPRT doing to ensure that
they follow the rules?
And because the prices are too much.
Was it not you and I, we went to the Transport Ministry and we met, I think, is it the president who said, it's a PRO for me, and he said that you can, your friend is saying, you can report a driver and a mate for charging high prices. Police so there are rules, there are laws, just that they are not following it. And he also made mention of some drivers who are just float drivers. They are not part of the union. For they can't do anything about it. So I always ask the Transport Ministry, what are they doing? Because it's becoming too much. Even this morning, just I was last up, a lot of people are there.
Even when you wake up at dawn, you still meet them. Mr. B.
So I think issues with transport is very, very serious, and it's giving a lot of people headache, especially employees who are supposed to wake up as early as 12 or 5 o'clock or maybe 4, put things together and then get a vehicle. And sometimes as early, you'll be surprised that as early as 3 a.m. at dawn, vehicles are full. Vehicles. So I wonder the time people
wake up.
Yes, wake up to board buses. As early as 3 a.m. buses are full, and then you see people crowded at bus stop struggling for vehicles, and that is why by the time you get to the office your phone is not there because what's the name? Robert find that as yes, as an opportunity to steal from people, and it has become so like it has become very challenging because the only means of transport is by bus, and it's wrong. You know, yesterday you said something, I was telling you that you shouldn't say that. You said the population, you don't know whether it is the population of Ghana. People are giving birth. They should stop giving birth. No, don't say that. Say that I wouldn't buy into that idea. As a government,
I know you want to give birth. Relax.
As a government, you should know that maybe 10 years from now, the population we used to have will increase. So you should make provisions for 10 years ahead from now. You shouldn't wait, and that is our problem. We don't make provisions ahead. We just wait, and then we will wait till it gets deteriorated. That is when we feel like, hey, what are we going to do? Like, we don't take actions on time. We wait till it gets to our neck, where it becomes so tight. Then we are thinking of, what do we do? What should we put in place? And you see, any decision you take in haste, it doesn't end well. Because you end up bringing a policy without thinking through it. And then at the end of it, we don't see anything. The reason why I'm saying this was 2016, they bought Ayalolo bus, about 247. It's cost, I think it's cost the country 247 million or so, something like that. And then they bought these buses. Tell me, how many of these Ayalolo buses have you seen on our street? Most of them has gotten rotten where it has been parked.
Spare parts.
And even sometimes when the government try its possible best to bring these buses to us, we do not maintain it. Maintenance culture, we don't know. We encreme because we feel like it's for the government. Until we use it anyhow. Now I say, the metro bus you are talking about, I think it carries people for long distances. We don't have buses that carries people maybe short from. So hardly will you see a metro bus doing choro. Hardly will you see STC or VIP doing choro. No, it's for long distance journey. If you are traveling like this, you have to metro bus to my place, STC to my place, VIP to my place. You will get, but from say Makati to here, metro bus. Oh yes, say Jumano, because that is not what they are meant for. It's like that vehicles are purported for long distance journey. Because
they can't be stopping and stopping.
They can't be stopping and stopping like.
Obviously on markets. No way Gina. Obviously on school junction. No way Gina. Like.
You get it. So I think the government has to do something. Yesterday I heard Kwachi Ofosu saying that the government is putting measures in place so they can get more STC buses to carry people. Today we'll go out. I've heard some drivers complaining that when the government do that,
but they don't want to help.
They don't want to help, and that is it. Now when you go to Accra and it's 3 o'clock, now when you say because from Accra to Kaswa 30 cedis.
And these drivers are left to go scot-free.
They are left to go scot-free. 30 cedis.
I was coming back from Accra during one of the days during the Christmas. It was very difficult to get a vehicle. And then they were like, Ablekuma straight, 10 cedis. And I told them that, Opa, the 10 billion, you say me do fee. Mama saying, "Can you be dear manasa?" Because what matters is that I'm home. Because it's becoming annoying.
Yes,
it's becoming really, really irritating.
It's because we are not taking them on. The laws are not taking them on. If you are taking like 5 cedis, it should be 5 cedis. Whether the person goes to shopping and then it's 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. it should still be 5 cedis. But see, when you go to Accra and you're about 12, 1, 2, 3, you know that you'll be paying 30 cedis or 15 cedis.
Yeah,
they actually are 15 cedis. you wouldn't get. And then the most annoying part is that depending on kaswa obeka so ko yi kaneshi na odoko do odoko na wasa packet people from odoko to kaswa. So imagine you are going to kaswa, immediately they allow the people from odoko now wasa shase kaswa, so you need to pay like double fare, like 3 or 2
before you get to your destination.
Transportation in Ghana, what
about the trains?
Yeah, so there should be other alternative. It shouldn't only be by road. We have train. Yeah, train way now. Danny way oh. You can't say these people. What's the name? Is it
the
scrap
beggars,
dealers?
the
Scrap dealers are stealing it. They are using it for a year. It's funny, oh. When you go to Accra, you know there is a place designated for railway.
Yeah.
So anytime I get there and I see, I'll be like, is it not taxpayers' money they use in constructing that railway? So why is it not functioning? Why? It could have helped us. And you know, most of the sky train by an agent baby I could do it. So please, they should get an alternative to help us. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the government needs to be quick about it.
It's not easy, especially Kaswa.
Let's trust and let's see how it goes.
The land of possibilities.
Moving on. Energy levy has helped stabilize power sector. The Minister of State in charge of government communication, Felix Kwachiofosu, says the 1 cedis per litre energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy has played a key role in stabilizing Ghana's power supply. Mr. Kwachiofosu said the levy has been properly used to support fuel purchases for thermal power plants and to pay down debt in the energy sector. He explained that when the current administration took office, the power sector was facing serious challenges with growing fears of widespread electricity outages. According to him, the situation has since improved, with the government enjoying several months of stable electricity supply. He added, "What is clear is that it certainly has been put to good use and has contributed significantly to achieving stability in the power sector." Mr. Kwachiofosu added that Ghanaians have testified that the frequent power cuts many feared have not materialized, indicating that the measures put in place, including the energy levy, are yielding results. Despite calls from some stakeholders for greater transparency in how the levy is used, the government maintains that the funds have supported efforts to ensure reliable and consistent power supply across the country. Miss Regina, indeed. Do you think that at least we've seen the benefit of the 1 cedis?
You've seen it. Was it you that yesterday? I don't know. Someone was saying that we should have. Is it drunk champagne or eating fried rice or something?
I was on Monday.
On Monday, when they paid the money.
Yeah. When they brought e-levy, they said e-levy would do a lot of things for us. In as much as we opposed it, we still paid regardless. And they went as far as cutting a cake and drinking champagne. So it should tell you, say, oh, it be another e-levy now, we've not seen the use of e-levy. We've not seen anything e-levy has contributed to the economy or to the country or even to the youth. They said e-levy can create jobs, can do a whole lot of things. We've seen none of that. But when it came to the energy sector levy we paid, 1 cedi, and also we went to some people to talk to, and some were against it, others were like, oh, why not? Let's support the government. If we've done it for other previous administration, why not? We did it. I would have been very disappointed if this government was not able to pay off the energy debt. I would have been very disappointed. Looking at, we are more than, I think we are more than 35 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Population.
Yes, we are more than that. And looking at the rate at which women are now giving birth fast, I would have been very disappointed. So the 1 cedi levy was very, very useful. And I don't know at this point if they'll still take it or if they'll not take it. But if it's possible, they'll still take it. I believe since they were able to pay off this huge debt, they can still accumulate their money and pay off other debts we are owing.
We are still owing for the energy.
And
we are still owing. So like on my trust.
Into no sisi ano your power na ye stabilized. Sisi aka ye nsuo no. Nsuo no nye stabilized. Sisi ano ase when say call the spiritual world, you have to trade something with something.
So you're also in the spiritual world.
So you think Ghana has you think the government has traded?
Yes, they've traded it though. They've traded our water for life.
For life. Gold for oil.
I wanted to talk about this gold issue, but it's not what we are talking about. So I think it's good and it's in the right direction. They should keep it up. Some people are saying that this is not something we should jubilate about. Hey, you let me come with your cake, and we should not jubilate. The people always use electricity for their day-to-day activities. Cold stores, this big production, manufacturing houses. Even as a normal individual, automatically become basa. Maybe you do like anywhere I'll go to iron my jet, I'll enter every corner. I'll enter because I can't come with crumpled dresses. So I think it's a good thing, and they should keep it up. Please, they should not disappoint us. Because you're born in this science, and then you will not they've slacked some more. Please, they should be on the right track.
At least Ghanaians are excited about the money they've paid, and they are seeing its usefulness.
Yes, so I think even before the D levy was introduced and all that, we saw we saw a relief in the energy sector. So the D levy, we started paying the D levy, and became so much. We're experiencing more than what we used to, because people would definitely complain, and we had people complained about the D levy. They thought it was sort of the E-levy we witnessed before, but the government showed us that they were different people. They were not walking in the same footsteps of others. So we saw a lot of relief. The doomsday wasn't so raw. It was, I think, last week we experienced something of that sort. But of late, I think once in a while, it's not like consistent. Even if technical, thank you. Even if it should happen, I mean, by the close of the day, you should have your light. And when you see that a community or an area is complaining of doomsday, sometimes when they say, a fault. The last time we had issue here, I learned they said line. Do you remember some time ago we had issue with light, and they said your line, that I was having lights in my area, but now there was no light here. So it should tell you there should be a technical issue. So with the D levy, it's really helped. It's really helped, and it's still helping. We just hope that going forward we are not going to hear of any negative stories concerning this whole D levy issue.
So you think they should still continue taking it?
Oh yes, we have to. We have to continue. We have to continue to pay, right? Yes, we have to. It's very necessary. So and also counting our transport fare and our buffer, and I just that these drivers, and also.
But we paying the energy levy, and it's reducing our debt. Don't you think that if care is not taken, it's going to be a normal thing that when governments come into power, and then maybe there's a debt that is the responsibility of the government to pay, they'll introduce a new tax, embedding it on the people to be paying. Don't you think if we don't take time, it will be a normal something?
I don't think it should be a normal something. As a reasonable administration, you should think about the people, the interest of the people. The fact that we are lending, we can decide not to pay.
Yeah, but there's always
we see. I don't know. There's a country where if something is going on aside Ghana, but there's a country where if you are displeased about something, automatically you can go into the street and demonstrate.
Not in Ghana, because Ghana,
I think in Ghana
in Ghana you can,
but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work because the leaders are not respecting us. If it was in another country, if they told you to resign, you have to resign. But Ghana, I'm not fire for.
So resign, yeah, would yourself for Bobby
Oh, have you not seen instances? There was this foreign country where their finance minister.
Oh yeah, he
Their
resigned.
finance
Yes, he
minister,
resigned.
he was wearing big, and they told him to resign. He resigned.
He did. And
there was one minister who was also sharing rice. They told him to resign. He resigned.
He did.
Ghana
did. And I think sometimes you are not supposed to wait for someone to tell you to resign.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately you feel like things are not going well, you resign yourself. Before the disgrace.
Someone can tell you boldly that I will not resign.
I will not. Oh yes, me too.
Hey.
And then I'm on there.
Yes, we have a long way to go as a country.
Oh yeah.
Serious.
Petitions against EC bosses, OSP forwarded to Chief Justice. The Minister in charge of Communications, Felix Kwachiofosu, says all petitions filed against the leadership of the Electoral Commission and the Office of the Special Prosecutor have been officially sent to the Chief Justice for review. He explained that President John Dramani Mahama has completed his constitutional role in the matter and cannot take any further action unless advised by Chief Justice. According to him, a total of 10 petitions were received, 7 against Electoral Commission Chair Jane Mensah and her 2 deputies, and 3 against Special Prosecutor Kisi Ejapem. Mr. Kwachiofosu stressed that once such petitions are forwarded, the President must wait for the Chief Justice to determine whether they establish a prima facie case, meaning whether there is enough evidence to justify a formal investigation. He explained that under the law, the President is not permitted to comment on the substance of the petitions or interfere in the process. The petitions submitted by individuals and groups raised allegations of misconduct. Those against the Special Prosecutor focus on claims of incompetence and abuse of office, while those against the EC's leadership center on accountability and the management of the Commission. Under Ghana's laws, particularly Article 146 of the Constitution and Section 16 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, the Chief Justice has 30 days to assess whether the petitions meet the required legal threshold. If a prima facie case is established, a committee will be set up to investigate and make recommendations to the President. Until the determination is made, the officials named in petitions remain in office. I think we've been discussing this over a period of time now, where some petitions have been sent to the President for the removal of the OSP and the EC boss and 2 of her deputies. During the Government Accountability Series yesterday, Mr. Kwachiofosu revealed that 10 petitions were received, 7 against the EC bosses and 2 for the Office of the Special Prosecutor. The President has done his constitutional role, and the petitions have been forwarded to the Chief Justice to evaluate it and know if a prima facie case is there. If indeed it is, they are going to investigate it, and then whatever they have to do, they'll do it. Miss Debbie, what can you say to that?
Madam was. Yeah, so I mean, per what we've read, it means the president do not really have an upper hand. Immediately those petitions are being submitted to the CJM, to the Chief Justice. Unlike the removal of Tokonu, where the president actually have an upper hand to set up a committee to investigate into the matter, and after that coming back to him to decide. But there's, even when you read the statement, it states that till the Chief Justice, Mr. Paul Bafo-Boni, comes out with an evidence that shows that what these petitions actually hold vivid proof, then the president can take it from there. So I feel like with this, it equally means that all these pressures where people are calling that, oh, the government is sleeping, they are not doing anything, because definitely tempers will rise if you tell us that there have been petitions that have been sent to the president for the removal of the EC, Jane Mensah, OSP and all that. tempers will rise because everybody wants to know the details of this. And you know, when it comes to law, I think there should be massive education to we the citizens to get to know details of it. Sometimes immediately we hear high profile cases or high profile persons being involved in criminal cases or something, or someone sorting for their removal. We think it's just immediately they present it to you, the president should just wake up and be like, get out of office. But it's not like that. All these things are binded by law, and before those persons are being taken off, it needs to take process. Sometimes we do not understand all these things. So I feel like on that aspect, it needs to be like there should be some sort of education for the people to get to know more about that. So with all this, I feel like till the CJ comes out to say that, well, these people are engaged or involved in whatever they are saying, or the proof show that indeed they are engaged into it, there is nothing that the president can do.
Miss,
there's nothing the president can do. Yes, as she's saying, when the petition for the removal of our former CJ Tokonu was presented, it had to go through the acting CJ. He had to go through to make sure that a vivid and valid and reasonable evidence was there. When it was, why not? They presented it to the president, created a committee, and after then the investigation, the prop went on, and later on she was removed. So with the petition against the EC and the OSP, it takes time. We always say because it's a petition doesn't mean automatic removal. We would have to relax. It's just the same as you sending your case to the police station that this is what this person has said. You just brought your mouth. Wow, you just said it's no evidence, nothing. They will follow up. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, this thing doesn't hold water, please go. If you think it is reasonable to you, go and find more evidence. That is why at times you can go to court and they'll be adjourning the cases, because they'll be like, they'll give you the time to go and find evidence and come. So the law is the law. We can't adding. The law is the law. We can't stop it.
The law is indeed the law. The law is indeed the law.
Yes, the law is the law. We can't scrap it. We need to respect and follow the law, and no one is above the law.
Nobody.
If the OSP, that is your friend is saying, Ejaben, Kisi Ejaben, and also EC boss Jean Mensa, if they are at fault or if they find any debt on them, they will be taken on. So we should all relax.
So should they find a prima facie case against these people? What next?
A committee will be set. Then they'll investigate the issue very, very well. So if at the end of the day, the you kind of saying, I don't know, we investigate na yampa, you be you if so, and yampa, you will still maintain your role as the EC or the OSP. You get it?
Right. You wanted to add up.
Yeah, so when there is enough evidence, why not? That is what the prima facie case. When there is enough evidence, the case will still continue. But when the evidence are not solid, or maybe when they start with the process and then along the line, they're not getting evidence to hold the person responsible, to tell that indeed this person or what you are asking the government to do is they should go ahead and do it. It's going to be hard, and that is why sometimes they discontinue a lot of cases, and we do not understand it. Like for instance, this Ameswale's case, where it got to a time they just asked to halt it because the court feel like they've not gotten enough proof, even though they knew that Swale was killed by someone, but they are saying they've not gotten enough proof to show that the man was really murdered by unknown assailants. So till you said, I think you said Kennedy Japan, someone has petitioned Kennedy Japan's family, right?
Yeah.
The family,
because he made a statement like that. So it means although they've hurt the issue, doesn't mean it has been discontinued. A better while till they get something solid enough to tell that indeed this person deserves to be removed, then they will go ahead and do that.
And at this point, he's the only one that can be blamed. All fingers are pointing at him because he made certain utterances. So he should be ready.
All right. I wanted to say something, but I've forgotten. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you today in history and some global observances. On this day, 1992, Croatia and Slovenia are internationally recognized as independent nations by the European Community on January 15, 1992, marking a significant step in the breakup of Yugoslavia, with both joining the United Nations later that year. This recognition followed their declaration of independence in 1991 and came after intense diplomatic efforts, with Germany and other EC members playing key roles despite ongoing conflict in the region. 1973, Nixon orders ceasefire in Vietnam. President Richard Nixon announced a unilateral halt to bombing North Vietnam, signaling major progress in Paris peace talks. Though the official full ceasefire and troop withdrawal agreement came later, it was signed on January 27, 1973, ending direct U.S. involvement but not the conflict itself. On this day, 1929, birth of Martin Luther King Jr., the influential American Baptist minister, civil rights leader, and Nobel Peace Prize laureate, was born on this day, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, and became famous for his nonviolent activism and iconic speeches like "I Have a Dream." He led the civil rights movement, advocating for racial equality, and was assassinated in 1968, but his legacy led to a national holiday honoring him. To some global observances, Get to Know Your Customer Day, encouraging businesses to deepen customer relationship by learning their needs, preferences, and feedback through surveys, social media engagement, Q&As, or even frontline shifts to build loyalty and tailor services. It's a chance to reconnect personally, like old local shops, and make customers feel valued, boosting retention and growth. This day is also observed as Humanitarian Day, to honor aid workers who risk their lives to help people in crisis, commemorate those who died in service, and raise awareness about humanitarian needs. Established by the UN after the 2003 Baghdad bombing that killed 22 aid workers, including Sergio Vire de Mello, it's a day to recognize the dedication to humanitarians, advocate for the vulnerable, and demand protection and accountability for aid workers. National Fresh Squeezed Juice Day, to promote the health benefits, vibrant flavor, and natural goodness of juice made directly from fruits and vegetables, encouraging people to choose unprocessed drinks for vitamins and antioxidants, especially as a healthy start of the new year. It honors the simple, pure of consuming or produce, highlighting the difference from pasteurized, bottled juices and encouraging healthier habits. So do all to stop taking in carbonated, bottled, and fizzy drinks. This day is also observed as Wikipedia Day, serving as a global event for volunteers and fans together, share experiences, train newcomers, and honor the free knowledge movement and the collaborative spirit behind the world's largest online encyclopedia. It's a day for celebrating the project's growth and impact, discussing its future and encouraging contributions to the vast volunteer-driven resource. Lastly, National Pothole Day, an observance that highlights the ever-growing problem of potholes on our roads. There is nothing more irritating than trying to avoid potholes while driving down the road. National Pothole Day was established to bring attention to the ever-increasing pothole menace on our highways. So this is a wake-up call to the government and also to the right ministries involved. And that's all for today on Today in History and Some Observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regina Bless, for Today in History and Some Observances of the Day. Make sure you take freshly squeezed juice today. Thank you. Miss Debbie.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. Auditor General orders 35 Agenda 111 contractors to refund 7.9 million of our payments for no work done, and also terminating contract of 11 people. So the Auditor General brought this out, making claims that no payment has been made for Agenda 111 hospitals, and we know that these hospitals were meant to be built in places, districts where they do not have a well-resourced hospital where they can receive proper treatment. And so when this initiative was brought on board, it was received with full joy and happiness because we knew that it's going to help us. And this contract was awarded to some contractors, but the Auditor General is making us understand that this contract was awarded to people or contractors, and out of that 35 Agenda 111 contractors has been asked to refund 7.9 million. So it means they've taken the money to build those hospitals, and then after they've taken that money, now the hospitals are nowhere to be found. We can't find the money, and the contractors too, we don't know where they are. But the Auditor General is saying that we need to get that money. We need to take the money from them. Now, this is the question that a lot of people keep asking. How do you pay someone for a work he has not done? And how do you give work to someone to do without supervising the person? Are we saying that we didn't supervise these people to ensure that the work is properly done? Or we just awarded a contract to them and then we went back to sleep? Because you can't tell me that you've awarded a contract to someone. One, you've not supervised the person. It means you've never even stepped foot on grounds to check whether what the person is telling you or the info the person is passing across is true. And you see, this is not the first time, because we've had instances where contracts are awarded or projects are awarded to people to take over or to work on, and then you don't get to see it. You go on ground and there is nothing to show. But these contractors have been paid. Now, this is not clear because definitely there is always a mediator between the government and the contractor. The mediator receives those funds and then ensure that it is being given to these contractors. And don't forget that there have been instances where some contractors even threaten to protest or threaten the government that they should be paid because they are done with what they were asked or tasked to do, and they were not being paid. I remember some time ago a contractor went to lock down a school building because that contract was awarded to him by the government, and after he was done building and everything, he wasn't being paid. So he went to lock down the school, and then he threatens that anyone who dares go to open it, he will deal with the person. And they have to involve the police, they have to involve the government. So the question now lies on, should we blame the mediator, should we blame the government, or we should blame the contractor? Who are we going to blame for this? Because I know there is always a mediator between the government and the contractor. So if the government is awarding a contract or is giving a contract to or a project to a contractor to take over, they will definitely pay you. And that money will be given to the mediator to hand it over to you. So is it that the mediator is not paying the money he's supposed to pay to these contractors, or the mediator keeps the money to himself, or the contractors are being paid and they just refuse not to do their work? Who are we going to blame now? Now we've lost about 7.9 million. This is no joke. This is no joke. The money can be used for something else. You know, we are not happy when we sit and then we talk about issues like this, and then you feel like we are threatening or we are talking against someone. No, it's not something that excites us. It hurts because it's a taxpayer's money. It is our money. And that is why we don't see a lot of this project coming into or being built into reality. We don't see it because there is always hitches somewhere. Anytime a contract is awarded, by the time it's done, we've recorded about 110 challenges or problems surrounding that contract. Why? Why is it supposed to be so? Why is it supposed to be so? The contractor needs to be questioned, the mediator needs to be questioned, and the government needs to be questioned. You cannot tell me that you've awarded 7.9 million or you've given 7.9 million to a contractor to construct hospitals. And out of that Agenda 111 hospitals, let's ask ourselves, how many was built? How many of those Agenda 111 hospitals was being completed? And why at the first place should you be given a money of such a huge sum and you still didn't complete it? What is going on? The contractor needs to be questioned, the mediator needs to be questioned, and the government also has an answer to give us. Because as I said, this is taxpayers' money. Imagine these hospitals are being built. It could have helped us. Because it feels like we are putting so much pressure on certain hospitals. Let's take Kolebu for instance. Let's take Conferential Teaching Hospital for instance. These are hospitals that go there even just pass there and see. These hospitals are being filled each and every day, every time. And so if you are bringing up such a nice policy on board, it's good. You know, sometimes when a government fails, it is not the government. I think sometimes we should also blame ourselves because we are the cause. We drag the feet of the government. We make things so difficult for the government. And I always say this, that see, if a government should fail, it depends on the people he works with. If the people he is working with do not have that notion of helping him materialize his vision, there is no way that government is going to see the light of day. You will try your possible best, but you will still fail. You will fail not because you are not good enough, or you fail not because you are not prepared to do what you want to do, but it's because the people around you, your subordinates, are not helping you. And that is because we lack supervision, we lack monetary, we don't supervise. Immediately we award contract or a project for someone to do, it ends there. It ends there. We don't go on grounds to check whether they are saying that they are putting up the building. You don't go there to supervise them and see whether yes, what they've brought on paper or what they've told you on phone is what they've done on ground. We don't do it. And even if the people, the people with acts or with tax to supervise these contractors, they don't do their work. They get there and then they are being given something very small to buy pure water and it ends there. No one asks them anything. It's like we are just there. And this has become something that has been happening for so long. It's not just starting, it has been happening for so long. Anytime a government awards a contract, you just pay attention and see what is going on. Before they are done with that project, you will find a number of people or a number of challenges about that particular project. You will get to hear a lot of things, a lot of embezzlement, and they will still have reasons why they do that. And because we are not using anybody as an example, that is why we keep seeing what we see. If we are using people as an example, if we are punishing people, we are making them dance to the tune of their own music, we wouldn't see what we are seeing. We are saying this because the money they are using for those projects is our money. It's our money, it's the taxpayers' money. We will not keep quiet. We will not shut our mouth. Whilst we watch our monies being projected into things that will not benefit us. But this is a government project. This is something that is supposed to help us. So why would you be, if it is true, if this is 100% true, that these contractors have been paid such a huge sum of money, and they didn't do what they were tasked to do, then we have a problem as a nation. This is a cause of alarm. We need to look deep into it and ensure that the right thing is being done. It will be of a great joy if after paying these taxes, we've seen that our monies are being used into a good thing. It's being used into a fruitful project to help all of us. We will all be happy. But in the case where we pay those monies and we don't see what they are being used for, it's a shame, it's a pity. Please, let's do all to retrieve those money. And if it is true that these contractors received that money and they didn't do what they were supposed to do, they should be held responsible. Whoever is involved, the mediator, the government official, everybody should be held accountable. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Girl.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that girl. They need to act fast. Thank you for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly. Right after the news, we'll be coming up with the main discussion. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, government takes action to address transport challenges in Accra. Security experts caution against gradual colonization of Africa. Farmers give municipal chief executive 10 days ultimatum to remove Fulani herdsmen in the central region. Health director calls for upgrade of Suhum Hospital. These and many more coming up your way shortly. The Minister of Government, Felix Kwachi Ofosuo, has announced measures to ease the burden of transport fare hikes and artificial shortages on Ghanaians. The government plans to release state transport corporation vehicles and repair metro mass buses to increase public transport availability. Additionally, Transport Minister will meet with the Ghana Private and Road Transport Union to address rent-sinking behaviors and ensure fair pricing. The Minister of Communications describes the act as a abysmal increase of fares during peak hours as unfortunate.
Is that there are some transport operators who are engaging in rent-seeking behavior, because ordinarily transportation is a largely private sector driven activity in Ghana. We have these transport unions, GPRTU and what have you, who organize transport systems that convey the generality of our people. For some reason, after the persistent reduction in fuel prices, which led the transport organizations to announce a 15% reduction in transport fares, there are some operators within the system who thought that they could engage in rent-seeking behavior by creating artificial shortages. So, Komla, you and I know that if, for instance, you wanted a vehicle from, say, the heart of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange, or circle as we used to call it, to Achimota, you go to a particular spot at the station where you know you are most likely to catch such a vehicle. Now, some of these operators do not go to the designated spots. They roam in the hope that the shortage that is created will compel passengers or commuters to part with more money than they should ordinarily pay. They are creating scarcity to drive up prices so that they can engage in rent-seeking behavior. It is unlawful activity, and it must be looked at. Government indeed is looking at it to ensure that those engaging in that activity are brought to order, because there's an agreement between government and the transport unions to fix transportation prices twice a year, unless some extraordinary circumstance dictates otherwise. So we urge the transport operators to adhere to the normal practice that we have known all these years and avoid this rent-seeking behavior, which is needlessly creating difficulties for passengers and commuters. The second issue is that you will recall that when the matter first arose, the Minister for Transport took decisive action by getting STC to release dozens of vehicles to augment what existed in the private sector. And this arrangement largely worked. It eased the situation significantly. We all know that during the festive season, there's an upsurge in passenger numbers. Understandable, because people want to get items from the business district or other notable trading spots for the festivities. And so there was an upsurge. After the festivities, I think that the vehicles were withdrawn. And we note that the rent-seeking behavior still persists. So the minister informs that he has asked the STC to put back the vehicles on the road. In addition to that, there are quite a number of metro mass buses that had broken down. So he has ordered their expedited servicing to ensure that in a matter of days, they are back on the road. But they will operate outside of their normal routes and schedules in order to take care of the present congestion that is going on. The minister also informs me that I think tomorrow or so, he has requested for a meeting with the GPRTU and other transport operators to address the issue of rent seeking, to call those engaged in that activity to order so that the hardship is alleviated. But ultimately, a lot of work is being done to increase the fleet of the metro mass.
Renowned security expert and retired diplomat Colonel Festus Abuachi has sounded alarm on the gradual colonization of Africa. He cited geopolitics, debt, power and military influence, as well as economic dependency as key factors reshaping the continent's sovereignty. Colonel Abuaje proposed 5 radical constitutional shifts for the African Union Peace and Security Council to counter external intervention, including requiring foreign powers to notify African Union of any strike within 24 to 72 hours. This caution comes as Africa continues to grapple with neo-colonialism.
And the concern I have, which I think is a school of thought shared by many Pan-Africanists, is that gradually Africa is being recolonized, being divided, between East and West, between America, Russia, Turkey, China, and so on and so forth. African states are becoming enemies of themselves. And we did not take out Ghana. By virtue of the fact that we have somehow, I don't want to use very strong words, allow the U.S. to come and nest in the tree of Ghana and bring material that we don't have the right to inspect and know what is going on. America could draw us into a conflict with Burkina Faso, because early this year, or was it late last year, when this American Beechcraft or Beechcraft, whatever aircraft was sighted at Paga, and the youth demanded that they will not allow the plane to offload whatever material or cargo they had brought there. At about the same time, there was an attempted coup, an assassination attempt against Traore. And it was reported that 7 or 17 Burkinabe soldiers, fully armed, had entered Ghana. And yet Ghana, at least messaging-wise, signaling, optics-wise, has positioned itself as, a neutral arbiter, and at least based on good neighborliness, is reconciling with Burkina Faso.
Farmers in the central local community have issued a 10-day ultimatum to the municipal chief executive demanding the removal of Fulani herdsmen from their lands. According to the aggrieved farmers, cattle of these herdsmen accountably destroys their farm produce. The farmers are seeking support from local authorities to address and protect their farmlands.
Diakro, now friend for Baba Japranya, so Yanya, Yan Swanam, Wahapa, Makwabane, Umakwanaba, Saumako, Banche, Piane Pay, Nuka, Pianu, Formas and Abatadia, friend of Wanti, Yanyasika. Fanta banche kurana diedi yanya bisunta bayira yaso yasa ya kwa ya do nti ho fa wona nti fam na nan kade ma empanyi fa ya ban mu yes na ya kwatodwa fam ya ni abre bese youth ya fa ya ho nhye kuadwuma mu ampa so atebubu youth ya yiri ho ye kuadwuma anso na ntwe ma youth ya ho ntaye odu abekwa na nyanchi akose wo nioma youth so ya di lo ni ya di akwa akodo nti ese ya di lo e di akwa akodo ya na ntwe bese ni ya da Chiaka, Yada, the Luchi, Yatimiabo, Yamode Manase, Yatimiabo, Yablanti, Yasra, Nana, my buying, your mamma, Wire, Nana, Chia, Benflate, now you to your own toy about why Yaba cry. Remember me, in front for my Pammy Ram, running about some cell. Yamani to charge him in my bed. Nana Srown, Nancy from Maya Nucria from Naya Mamma bed near you, friend for Maya young toy. Dinana Srown, Nancy from now when you friend of him from my hotel. And Ma and I do Saturday and to me from who could bring for my full and in a show. No, no, what there were from one and see any other pie and to me, ya bro, ya can't see a big Yakayulam, Yamako and to me, now the perfume, now what could be near my shop. I'm a more Virginia Manina, Beans, Amado, Beans, Ekaba, Minya Bagabako, it's many other pie and Yabri, Yan and Cheer, Yantwin and Jen, snap from her. Ukrania. Metia tebu gwasa so me kura wo me dwasha me ma na no me kwafo ma mo ba me ba nyina Fulani fo when ukwafo mu a wusuro ukodurafo mu a wunsu a wo de akwana baaje wunyansu okura nom nti ya ha no se na ntwesam de ya ne be tuntontan ya twam baba to ya asase so ai nananom be fa.
Suhum Government Hospital is in dire need of expansion, particularly its accident and emergency unit. The hospital's medical superintendent, Dr. Ahmed Tijani Suleiman, highlighted the urgent need for expansion, citing the high volumes of trauma cases and lack of essential equipment.
Growth within the Suhum municipality and its surrounding catchment communities has led to increasing demand for healthcare services. Unfortunately, this demand has not always been matched with corresponding expansion in infrastructure. Limited ward space and congestion have therefore remained persistent challenges. In addition to these, the hospital continues to grapple with limited staff accommodation, a situation that affects staff availability, response time, morale, and retention. Many dedicated health workers commute long distances to provide care, sometimes under very challenging circumstances.
Some facility, it is not a luxury, but it is also a human right. I am deeply troubled and worried that the emergency ward, continue to be in this poor state. And you know, so I did be to me there uplifted the emergency ward, I'm ready to partner spirited organizations and corporate bodies to ensure say we will expand, refurbish and retool the Suhum accident and emergency ward.
Including some of our leaders. They love their pockets but not Ghana. They love their parties but not Ghana. One party. When they have to choose between their party and Ghana, they'll choose the party over Ghana. Now, if you have to examine all the patriotic songs, our forebears place the development of this nation not on the leaders but on.
Still on health, the Minister for Health, Kwabena Mintah Kando, has instructed a technical advisor to the Ministry of Health, Dr. Koku, to constitute a technical working group to undertake a comprehensive audit of all health facilities in the Otui region. The planned audit will assess the structural integrity, operational capacity, and overall productivity of the facilities to improve healthcare delivery and safeguard the well-being of both patients and health professionals. This directive was issued at the Ministry of Health two-day management retreat and forms part of a broader government effort to strengthen oversight of health infrastructure and ensure that public health facilities comply with approved safety, quality, and performance standards. In a related move to enhance patient care, the minister has also directed that 24-hour cleaning services be introduced in all public hospitals nationwide. The initiative is expected to improve hygiene standards, strengthen infection prevention and control measures, safer and more patient-friendly hospital environment. According to the ministry, the measures underscores its commitment to raising standards across the health sector through improved supervision, better facility management, and sustained investment aimed at delivering quality healthcare to all Ghanaians. In business, Ghana's economy recorded a provisional growth rate of 3.8% in October 2025, up from 3.0% in the same period last year. According to the monthly indicator of economic growth released by the Ghana Statistical Service. The latest data point to a year-on-year expansion in economic output, signaling a stronger overall performance compared to October 2024, largely driven by sustained activity in the services and industry sectors. The services sector remained the main growth driver, explaining by 5.5% in October 2025, marginally lower than 5.6% recorded a year earlier. Despite the slight slowdown, the sector accounted for dominant 74.7% of total economic growth, supported mainly by communication. The industry sector posted a notable improvement, recording growth of 3.0%, a sharp rise from 0.4% in October 2024. This stronger performance reflects a broader expansion in industrial activities and contributed 28.7% to overall growth rate for demand. In contrast, agriculture growth slowed significantly to 0.9% compared to 2.1% in the same period last year. The data suggests that the pace of economic activities within the agriculture sector was less pronounced, contributing 1.3% to overall growth recorded in October. The October 2025 figures indicate a steady recovery in economic momentum, underpinned by resilient services activities and improving industrial performance, even as agriculture continues to lag behind these sectors. Government is counting additional investment from Japan, pointing to Ghana's improving macroeconomic conditions. Speaking to a high-level Japanese delegation, Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Ajare, highlighted Ghana's single-digit inflation, stable exchange rate, improved business environment, and strategic role as after host, noting that Japanese companies in the country are performing well. She added that there is scope to deepen investment and expressed confidence that ongoing reforms will further strengthen macroeconomic indicators and sustain investor confidence in the period ahead. Speaking on behalf of the delegation, which included the Japanese ambassador to Ghana, the State Minister for Foreign Affairs reaffirmed Japan's strong commitment to Ghana's development agenda and economic transformation. She commended Ghana's ongoing reforms and improving investment climate, noting that Japanese businesses are increasingly interested in deepening their footprint in key sectors of the Ghanaian economy. She further expressed Japan's readiness to work closely with the government of Ghana and in advancing mutually beneficial relations. To sports, head coach of Nigeria's national men's football team says Morocco deserved their win over Nigeria at the ongoing 2025 AFCON. The host nation of this year's AFCON beat Nigeria in a penalty shootout in the semi-finals to progress to the final, which is Morocco's first AFCON final appearance since 2004. Nigeria's Samuel Chukwueze had their sports kick attempt saved by Morocco's goalkeeper to put the Atlas Lions in their final game on Sunday, January 18th. Speaking after the loss, Eric Shelley was disappointed with the result but showed good sportsmanship by praising Morocco on their victory. In showbiz, a radio presenter and tourism curator in Koforidua, Okley Suleiman, has called on the Ghana Tourism Authority to develop a slave market site at Abonsi in the Okere district of the Eastern region into a fully recognized tourist attraction. Presenting a report on how the 2025-30 December activities went in the region, he stressed the need for tourism in the area to be taken more seriously According to her, site which once served as slave market has the potential to become a major tourism product for the country. The broadcaster, popularly known as J Solo, therefore admonished the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts and the Ghana Tourism Authority to pay attention to the site. Meanwhile, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Gilbert Abeku Agre, who was also on the program, said the government remains committed to creating and promoting more tourism products across the country. On some international updates, Nigeria's National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, will change the way it calculates inflation, as last year's rebasing measure could make December's year-on-year inflation appear artificially high. The agency said the rebasing, the first in 15 years, set December 2024 as the index reference point. A move officials said would distort December data without reflecting actual price trend. December inflation data is due to be published earlier today. Analysts are predicting a sharp rise in the headline figure to 30% from 14.45 year-on-year in November. The widely reported 30% figure for December is only a projection and not from the Bureau, said Ayo Attorney, head of prices at NBS. Consumer inflation peaked at nearly 35% in December 2024, then fell sharply after the Statistics Office revised its base year and food prices eased. This spike is not the raw inflation rate. It is an artificial spike caused by the base effect from rebasing, he said. Prior to last year rebasing, Nigeria rebased its inflation data in 2009. The Bureau said the new methodology will provide a clearer picture of inflationary pressures in Africa's most populous nation. And that's a wrap on the morning news update. Thank you so much for making time with me. Don't forget to log on to all streaming platforms as well as logging on to our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. I am Deborah Doss. Do have a good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adosu,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, I wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha at the sound system which spinning machine papa every amana never be go among Ghana mu ha. It is a we a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boa sound in the moon at the dia any may come for GTR sounds at the MAO. Ya wa live band in so our tones at the frame ya bit me ababeboa. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Ya wa enkan pupuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi am say wo be frɛ mpanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu wode angaza.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, and as you know it, we have knowledgeable guests who are going to delve into topical issues and every issues, share their opinions on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. Joining me right here in the studios this morning, let me clear my truth. Should I say he's a prodigal guest, the controversial guest, our regular Thursday guest? Whichever. I think you have to choose. But for me, I'll take the prodigal guest because it's been a while, like a long while we saw him here. And maybe he has dog us or he's making bigger money elsewhere. So we was like, oh, we'll try our ball. Right here in the studios this morning is Mr. Dubik Stephen, who is also a social commentator and a political analyst. Good morning to you, Mr. Dubik.
Good morning, Yesinam. How are you?
I'm not fine.
Why? Haven't you eaten this morning?
Oh no, I've not eaten this morning.
Auntie Mary didn't give you food before you came?
No, she didn't.
Why?
Oh, when I was leaving, she was still sleeping.
Okay, I see. What were you saying? You were saying a whole lot of things about me being prodigal,
guest.
Oh.
Wait, try apple.
But say you could do bro now.
Hey, you know, you left us before bro now.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think the whole of December you were not here.
Okay.
Even the latter parts of November.
Are
you
sure?
were not here. Yes. So it's been a while we saw it since last year.
But I'm back now. The most important thing is that I'm back.
But you left us.
The most important thing is I'm back.
You left us.
So I'm back.
You're back. You have to do something to compensate us.
Hey, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I see. I'll do something.
Yes, my producer and I. You can't be unavailable like that.
Okay.
Please don't do that to us next time.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Anyways, you're looking good.
Thank you.
Where can I get some for my man?
Come to me. I'll give you some for your man. Just bring your man. Let me take his measurement and then you get it done. I mean, TMP there. We are there for you all the time.
Color combination.
Top notch.
I can see that.
Eye clear.
Eye clear.
Eye clear.
Oh, we need be.
It's
looking good on you.
Thank you.
I'll tell them that they should charge you more when you come next time.
I do the charging. You don't know.
I'm sorry, boss.
Unless you're telling me that I should charge myself.
I'm sorry, boss.
I do the charging.
Okay.
I put prices on everything there, so.
Okay. Yeah, I think at this juncture I'll just shut up.
Okay. You don't have much to say.
I'll not say anything. Anyways, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah.
I hope the New Year has been good so far.
And so far so good. His grace has been sufficient and we are just hoping for the best this year.
Yeah, akoko sister Ghana okuma so mo to mo dey sen wa.
Oh, ya nta akoko. Me papa kuma akoko. My dad has this small poultry.
Mo yen nkoko nkete ni bi.
Enya nkoko nkete. You are not doing nkoko nkete.
Mo yen nkoko nkete ni bi.
Dabi.
Okay. Me to akoko sister Ghana.
Uto akoko sister Ghana.
120 cedis.
No, really na. But how come akoko is 60 cedis? I don't understand.
We all don't understand. But we bought it.
Because the last I checked, they were actually, as I said, and it was even 100 cedis. So how come in Kumasi?
Me told me the sister Ghana cedis.
What did you do to the farmer? Oh, so you are trying to say that location-wise?
Yes, it depends. You know, the proximity. I don't know, but poultry farms, not the one are in the Bono and then the Ashanti regions. I don't know much about farms in Accra, but the ones I know, the larger ones are in Kumasi. So
and they are Ghana made.
Yes, they were live. They were live, and yes, they were live. 120 Ghana cedis.
And then next time
but it's the next time I can be over there. 120 cedis. I'm out for after manasa.
Oh, but say it be okay. Mate. Anyways, how's the New Year treating you so far?
It's been good. It's been good. I'm back here in Accra, and I've been away for a while, but I'm back now. So you know, when you leave and you come back, there are things you need to adjust and make sure your schedule works properly for you. So we are on it.
We thank God. But what are you looking forward to this year? It could be related to anything, government.
For government-wise, for governance per se in the affairs of Ghana, I think that I'm looking forward to the continuity of last year. if things go the way last year went, I think that even without improvement, it will be okay. But, you cannot live life and not seek for improvement. So I would want us to continue with the progress we made last year and improve on the things that we weren't able to achieve last year. I would want to see the 24-hour economy taking full shape. I'd like to see the free primary health care being implemented, where people in the villages who are suffering from headaches, malaria, small diseases can just get medical attention for free. I'm looking forward to that. And also I'm looking forward to the growth of the economy. I'm looking forward to inflation being stable. I'm looking forward to the city making more gains than it has. By the close of the year, if the city is 5 cities, I would love it.
No, but don't you see that as a punishment to other people as well?
To who? What gets not budget, I guess.
And I will get a count me now.
What gets not budget, I guess. So say who send the $500 dollars? 5,000 Ghana cedis. And this $1 not back from bedroom 5 cedis. Now send the 500, 2,500. Means me to me is 2,500. So I'm at check me get. 20 million me get. So I'm just hoping that was just by the way though. I'm just hoping that the city would appreciate, if not even appreciate, be stable. And then I also want Kenneth Wrighter to come home. I also want Kenneth Wrighter to come home.
Don't worry, he will come. We are just hoping that this current administration do whatever they can in their power to make sure that this man comes back to Ghana. Yeah, so before we dive into the main topic for today, President John Dramani Mahama has been in office for just 1 year.
Yes.
So far, so good. How would you say it's going? How would you rate his performance in office?
Well, I'll give him 75 to 80.
75
to 80.
To 80.
Yes.
Then he has done impressively well.
Of course.
For you.
Of course.
Right.
See, I have followed politics for a while. This first year of his administration is the best first year of any president, even including Kufuor. Best first year of any president. Look at where he picked inflation from. Look at where the fuel prices were. Look at where the CD to the exchange rate was, let me put it that way. And look at the things that he has able to do. When he assumed office, Doomsday was looming. Where is it? Where did it go? Just like that. A whole lot of challenges that he faced the first few days that he assumed office. When he assumed office, we had bonds maturing that the past administration didn't make provisions to pay. He went on the treasury bill market, organized himself, found money and settled it. He has renegotiated some PP debt, is it PPP or PPP?
The independent.
Yeah, IPPs, yes.
Yeah, IPPs.
Thank you. He has renegotiated all of them. And then we've made gains. So I see he has done very well. And the scandals, there are no scandals.
Oh, yeah.
The last administration, the first time they came, within a month, we had cash for seats. We have the Boss oil scandal, contaminated scandal. It was all hanging around the annex. If you are able to manage yourself without scandals, when you get into office, what it does is that it takes criticisms off your back. You understand? You cannot just come into office and your first few months, there's a scandal and everybody's criticizing you. You don't get the space to do whatever you're supposed to do. I'm not trying to shade anybody, but Akufo-Addo, even the day he was being, sworn into office, there was a scandal. That same day.
That same day.
He plagiarized somebody's speech.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about
that. Was a scandal. Akufo-Addo wanted to be president from 1997. Are you telling me that he couldn't have sat down and wrote speech, his inaugural speech, that he had to plagiarize somebody's own?
But presidents don't write their own speech. I think they employ people to do that for them.
Who read the speech?
He read it.
At the end of the speech, whose name was there?
His name was there.
So who owns the speech?
He's supposed to own it.
Who owns the speech? He's not supposed, and who owns the speech?
He does.
Do I know who wrote the speech for him? When the speech was sent to him, what due diligence did his office? He was the leader of the presidency. He had all the privileges that the president had. He had his chief of staff in place. He had Eugene Ahin working as his press secretary or something. So he had all the structures around him. So when his speech writers, I'm not saying that presidents write their own speeches. What I'm saying is that once the speech is written and given to you, if you read it, it is now your speech. So from that very day, I, the big Ganip Stephen, knew that or could deduce that nothing under Akufo-Addo was going to work as we envisaged. Because if you've wanted to be president since 1997, you contested Kufuor in the MPP primaries, lost. Kufuor became president for 8 years. You contested Atta Mills, lost. You contested Mahama, lost. Contested Mahama and won. Close to 20 years. And you still had to read a speech from other presidents. And you are not ready. And that explains how this country became under him. If Akufo-Addo hadn't been president, we would have wished he had. And I'm telling you, our great-grandchildren would have disrespected us for not making Akufo-Addo president. Because they would have read some of the things that he wanted to do. And then they would say, you, grandpa, oh, grandma, you when Akufo-Addo wanted to build this nation, you people voted against him. You people didn't allow him to become president. Now he became president. We all saw the things Akufo-Addo and his people did to this country. So just opposing his performance to what we are witnessing now, I'm even charitable by giving him 75 to 80. If I'm to just oppose his performance now and use Akufo-Addo as a standard, I'll say he's 100% safe. But Akufo-Addo can never be the standard. That's why I'm giving him 75 to 80.
Right. So coming to the issue of inflation, we've seen that inflation has dropped to a single digit. Are we really feeling it on grounds? Because it looks like goods and services are still the same price. Would you blame the government for that or the individual on the market?
You are not the only person saying this. Even the people who have been in politics, who are economists, who should understand inflation says the same thing that you are saying. Inflation doesn't mean that prices will go down. That is not inflation. The inflation is the rate at which it will go up. The rate at which. So if it will take 3 days, something you bought for 10 cedis, take 3 days to get to 10 cedis. Inflation coming down means that the number of days it will take to get to 10 cedis will now go up. So if for instance, if it took 3 days to get to 10 cedis, something you bought for 5 cedis took 3 days to get to 5 cedis. If inflation is down, it means that it will take, like say, 20-30 days to get to 10 cedis. You get it?
Yes.
So something that you bought 5 cedis in 2024, let's say May in 2024,
yes,
you went to the market in June 2024 and it was 10 cedis. Now, because inflation is down in 2026, you buy it in January for 5 cedis. Maybe it will take like September, October, November, December before it gets to like say 6 cedis.
6 cedis.
So it will go up, but the rate of increase is wide. It takes a long time for it to go up. So inflation doesn't mean decrease in pricing. That would be negative inflation, and it also has its own connotations on the economy. How many countries has negative inflation? Even it is not good to have inflation at 0%.
Right.
You get it?
Yes.
So it might be lower.
But what happens if we have inflation at 0%? What will happen?
Okay. The downside to it is that the producers will start losing money.
Okay.
You get it?
Yes.
Production. Those who produce the stuff for you to buy, they will start losing money. And they employ the people who gets the money to go and buy the things. So imagine if they are not employing, if they are not in a capacity to employ, what happens to the market? That means you not get money to even go to the market to buy.
Right.
So that's why inflation is not supposed to be at 0 or negative.
Okay.
Even America, their inflation at a point was around 2 or 1%. Then it rose during COVID to around 4%. And now it is around 3% thereabout. I'm not quite sure, but it's around 3% thereabout. So, in as much as inflation is down, you cannot say that
prices of goods and services
should come down.
Should also come down.
It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
That is not inflation.
Then we've had it all wrong all these.
Yeah, you've had it all wrong, and I heard Miracles Abuaji saying the same thing on his People Forum or something.
Yeah, that the price of kinky is now 10 cedis yesterday.
Where does he buy his kinky? Where do you buy your kinky?
School Junction.
Has it gone up?
No.
You see the dishonesty in politicians. The dishonesty in politicians. You remember after what do you call it? The budget was read. One of the MPP MPs in the Eastern region.
Yes.
Also said same.
Yes.
And they went to the place he said he buys the kinky. What happened?
The woman said that
it's a lie.
I think in Takwa they also.
Yes.
Yes.
You see, I always say this: you can be an honest politician, a very honest one. If the thing is good, say it's good, and propose ways to make it better. You get it? You see, what will make MPP lose the 2028 elections is their own style of communication. If they try to run down Mahama's government by saying untruth, Ghanaians will find out that they are lying. The best way to communicate for the MPP going into the 2028 elections is by admitting the good this Mahama's administration has done and propose ways to improve them. If the thing is good, you have to say it is good. Then propose ways to improve the good things, make it better. But if the thing is good, Ghanaian says the thing is good, and you are saying that the thing is bad, who are going to vote for you? Is it not the Ghanaians who are saying the thing is good that you expect them to go and vote for you? So in the end, you won't communicate, because communication, once you put something out, it should reach audience. You understand? That's why voting early for them will be a challenge. Because right now, once they vote and decide who becomes their flag bearer, he will not sit though. He will start campaigning, start criticizing immediately. And people will take a long time to digest his criticisms and weigh it against time. So by the time we get to the elections, if you don't communicate right, your credibility will be gone.
It's already gone.
And the front runner of their primaries doesn't even have credibility, not to talk about protecting it. So imagine him saying that every good thing that is happening to Mohammed's administration,
I was coming to that.
everything that's happening to Mohammed's administration was as a result of the good foundation he laid as economic management head. But you come and tell us that you were not allowed to run things your way. So what is he saying?
Well, since you are there, let me read it out then.
Read it.
So this is from Baumia to critics. Mama government is benefiting from the strong foundation I laid as head of the economic management team under the NPP government. This is what Baumia is saying to critics. That at least you should give him credit, because you are benefiting from the strong foundation he laid as head of economic management team, as part of the team.
You remember in 2018 when he came to name the people, Professor Jambafo, Bafo Akoto, Osafo Mafo, what a solid team. You remember that time?
Yeah.
Did he give credit to the Mahama administration? When he finished, he said that who even remembers the NDC's economic management team? Didn't he say that?
Now you want to talk like him?
Yes, I'm mimicking him.
You have it soon.
Which tier?
Relax.
The Ghana one or the MPP one?
Any tier.
So, after he did that, made us believe that he didn't inherit anything good from the NDC. Why does he think that Ghanaians will now believe him when he says he did anything? Because we all know that NPP inherited an economy which was being policed by the IMF, just like what the NDC has inherited today. Right?
Yeah.
The NDC had also made economic policies, and the IMF had projected that the economy would grow over 7.5 or something in the ensuing years. Right?
Yeah.
But when he came, he never credited the NDC for anything. Pokwasi interchange, NDC started it. But when he came, he said he renegotiated it and made it a 3-tier interchange. Na lie? Mobile money interoperability. NDC negotiated it, signed the contract. When he came, he said he renegotiated it, so they should credit him with it. Didn't he say that by the virtue of mobile money interoperability, they've created like 90,000 jobs or something?
Yeah.
Did he start that thing? So you see where the credibility issues of Baumia comes in. You see where the credibility of issues of Baumia comes in. He lacks credibility. And sometimes he communicates like he's just talking to his party members. But he forgets that his party is within a larger society, which is Ghana. So you cannot just talk as if you are talking to your party members and the rest of Ghana won't hear. They are deaf to what you are saying. And they cannot just oppose it to your own words that you said in the past. Ghana card has been in existence since Kufuor's era. The law that establishes NIA was passed under John Mahama. But he is taking credit for it. He says it is his brainchild. On the Ghana card buy. Na lie. So today, he goes around saying that the foundation he laid is what NDC is benefiting from. You were in government for 8 years. The policies Bawumia brought, I think it hates Bawumia himself.
Why?
Why do you bring a policy? Nurture the policy for 8 years. The policy refused to grow
to source.
or to give any impact to the people you are the policy was supposed to help. When you left office, now the policy started working. Doesn't the policy hate you?
So that means he was not doing something right.
The policy hates him. The policies Bawumia brought hate him. He should bring policies and stay at home. So then this will implement the policies. If he implements the policy himself, it will not work. Per what he's saying, per what he said, that is the inference I'm going to make out of it. Because it doesn't make sense. What can I buy 8 solid years. Bibia no I was one other buy never meboa. When you say gold for oil, not gold for oil no and address any ho. No. I didn't think a fool boss wanted at that time if we were doing good for oil. And the Ghana Bank of Ghana will trap good for oil. Fuel is going down. A liter of fuel is now 10 cedis. Even plus the fuel levy 10 cedis. Gold for reserve. And no, I must say, I'm a dollar ever from. I didn't think I'm time na dollar, me my dollar no from. You brought the for the gold for reserve. I'll say it is Bawumia who brought it. It is the MPP who brought it. You can credit it to Bawumia, because he says I brought it.
He's looking for credit.
So you brought it. Huh? Why didn't it work at your time? Gold for reserve was introduced in 2021, 2022. So from 2021, 2022 to 2024 was 3 years, right?
Yeah.
The policy didn't have an impact for 3 years. Somebody came within 1 year, the policy is having impact, and you are saying that we should credit you with it.
But at least he introduced it.
The fact that you introduced it doesn't mean you made it work. What did I say? Oh, your car. Now your engine seem now sparking on your swat. Why a car not there by your car? The car will start to move before we can say it's a car. And if it's a nina banner or Joss no or a statistic movie, that credit you might say, "Semen, I'm a car there." But if it's a nina or Bema car movie, you know, indirectly one eye car and you get it?
Yes.
So Bawumia should find a better way to communicate than trying to take credit for everything. And when there are problems, they know Johnny. I don't get it. When we want to blame the MPP administration for the things that they did, Bawumia said, I was just the mate. But if it is a good thing there, he deserves all the credit. How does that work? I don't understand that thing. If the economy was good, if the economy is good today, and you want us to credit you for it, if the economy was bad yesterday, you must also accept blame for it. Don't blame Ken Oforiatta alone. You get it? Everything bad, they will start mentioning Ken Oforiatta's name. And he was the finance minister. Everything that we said, he wasn't listening. Everything he said, he wasn't listening. But once it is good, they push Ken Oforiatta aside. Leave him to the ice. Then, Bawumia now takes the center stage. Come on. You cannot have credibility when you communicate this way. You must embrace your mistakes as a leader and communicate the things you did wrong and what you think hindsight for the benefit of hindsight, you will do right. But you don't say, oh, it was good yesterday. It was good. It is good today. It is me. When it was bad yesterday, I'm not the one. Nintu pa so wa ware na onu kunu tifie. Na prepaid sa no odwane jaw.
Red flag.
Not that. Ubenya sika to prepaid no beba fie. No abe claim boss, I'm the man of the house. I'm the man. Utam na prepaid sa na wa infa.
Now wait. Johnny.
You see, so these are some of the challenges this kind of communication will bring to the MPP going into the 2028 elections.
Right.
You can welcome him. I see he's here.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Kingsley Aqua. He's an NPP communications team member. Good morning to you, Mr. Kingsley.
Good morning.
How are you?
By the grace of God, I'm doing well.
Oh, we bless God. Happy New Year.
Same in returns as well.
How is it going so far?
Well, we thank God for such a successful day. Though the day is young, but we will thank Him for giving us life.
For giving us life.
We thank Him once again for the life of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Right.
And he's now in the Asante region. And I believe that delegates are listening to him. Yeah. Indeed, he's the man of the moment. Right. And as I've been saying, delegates has to listen to him because when you look at this current government, the NDC government, they are riding on the policies of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. So then, why are we hesitating to vote for him?
To vote for him.
To become the flag bearer and also the leader of the party. So I wish all delegates vote for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia because he's a man of ideas and he's a man of integrity and he's a very, very respectful and humble man that every young Ghanaian is admiring, that we all ought to vote and rally behind him for a successful or for power in 2028.
Right. So how is the preparation going so far towards the primaries?
Well, everything is in order, as I said.
Right.
You know, currently Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia is in the Asante region. He's talking to the delegates on his policies. You know, one constituency, 10 appointment. You know, the party that is database that he's speaking for. Indeed, the party need to have a database that the party will be able to meet the needs of 8 people.
Of 8 people.
Not only the patriotic people, the NPP people, but the entire Ghanaians, because we all know the policies that Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia has, that he has the youth at heart. All his policies are youth-centered. Because now, let's say 5 years to come, the country is going to base on the youth, because we are now growing to make a living in this country. So when we don't think about the youth today, then I don't think we also think about the country tomorrow. Because when you think of the youth today, meaning you are preparing the country for a better future and a brighter future.
And a brighter one.
That is Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley. Right, so I think at this juncture we'll dive straight into the main topics for this morning. So for our first topic, there's been a new development on the case of Ken Ofori-Atta. Ken Ofori-Atta remains in U.S. custody ahead of January 20th court hearing. So former Finance Minister Ken Nana-Yaw Ofori-Atta remains in federal custody in the United States as he prepares for a key immigration court appearance on January 20th, 2026. The hearing will determine his legal status and whether he will be allowed to stay in the U.S. or face removal back to Ghana. So Ofori-Atta was arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) on January 6, 2026 in Washington, D.C. after the U.S. State Department revoked his visa in mid-2025, a move that triggered federal enforcement of his immigration status. He is currently held at the Caroline Detention Facility in Virginia. So that is the new development on the case of Ken Ofori-Atta. He is said to be in detention at this moment. Mr. Dubik, how do you feel about this?
I don't know whether to say.
You feel happy?
No, I can't be happy.
Okay.
You know, I can't be happy for
Someone,
a statesman
being detained.
Being detained by ICE, being treated like a common criminal. You know, I would have wished that we could have avoided all this spectacle. I could have wished. But that is where he has gotten himself in. That is what he has gotten himself into. He has to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, he has to deal with it. He was finance minister for almost 7 years. Over 7 years, not almost, over 7 years. If he had built hospitals, proper hospitals in Ghana, he wouldn't have to go to US to seek medical attention for his visa to be revoked and then they arrest and detain him. He would have sought medical attention right here in Ghana. And whatever issues the Ghanaian people has with him, we would have talked about it right here, dealt with it right here, found solutions right here. But you see, in as much as he's a human being and a Ghanaian, I cannot sympathize with him. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Kenufurata presided over the worst economic downturn this country has ever suffered, even beyond the 83. Beyond the 83. The economic downturn that we went through from 2022, 2021, the later part of 2021, up until 2024 or 2023, when he was leaving office, was the worst Ghana has ever witnessed. People lost their investment. That is the time that the World Bank said that 1 million Ghanaians has been driven down the poverty line due to the actions of the then government and its finance minister and its whole economic management architecture. So if people went through that, people who had trusted, if you do economics 101, the safest investment that you can do is buy government bonds. What did we see happen to those bonds? The former president announced that there will be no haircuts. The next week there were haircuts. The next week. Look at how we manage COVID-19 money in this country. You can say a Brunin Katie. So in as much as he's a Ghanaian, in as much as he's a human being, when I look back at what people went through under him, I cannot sympathize with him. No. It is a choice that he has to make. If I were him,
voluntarily.
Of course. Hey, they say they are dragging him to me. Is Wontumi not sleeping in his house?
Yes, he is.
Wontumi is sleeping in his house. But look at where you are. If he were to be in Ghana, what at all can they do to him? What at all can the government do to him aside taking him to court? What at all? Do you think Ghanaians will sit down and say nothing for the government to detain Oforiatta when everybody knows he's not well?
No, I don't think so.
Civil society will speak up. But now, when Oforiatta comes back, he has given the government every ammunition to detain him without bail. Now the prosecutors will make a case to the court, which they are justified say, so mama or bail because so koi na here from Wama. and nobody can say anything.
Well, do you think that this is the reason why all these while the extradition process has delayed? Because
you see,
they think when he comes down, they're going to maltreat him. Or
no, that is not maltreatment. That's rule of law. What does the law says? The law says that if you arrest somebody, if you arrest a fugitive, somebody who is trying to run away from, what do you call it, the law or accountability or justice, the discretion lies with the judge to decide whether to grant bail, looking at the circumstance. Oforiatta is a very resourceful person. Oforiatta can sneak out of this country even without the passport. He has the resources to do it. He can do it. Me, if I were a prosecutor, that is the argument I'll go and make at the court.
At the court.
You understand?
Yes.
So it is not about somebody maltreating him. This has got nothing to do about maltreatment. Who is Oforiatta in Ghana? He's the finance minister. He's not a leader of the NPP. He's not a flag bearer of the NPP. So what benefit would the NDC get by persecuting Oforiatta? If the NDC has somebody to persecute, I will advise that they wait. After that, the NPP do their primaries. Whoever emerges as the flag bearer, they should arrest that person and jail that person instead. What threat does Oforiatta pose to the presidency of John Mahama or the reign of the NDC? What threat? Before you say they are persecuting you, you must establish it. You must first establish what threat you are to them. You get it? Oforiatta is not the flag bearer. Oforiatta is not the party chairman. Oforiatta, after his service as a finance minister or government advisor of international whatever Akufo-Addo gave him, it is done.
Right.
He has no influence in the NPP. He cannot influence anything the NDC wants to do. Do you think right now if Oforiatta should come back and organize a demonstration, you get people to follow him? Eh? If Oforiatta comes back to Ghana right now and say, "Oh, I'm in Koyi," me hear demonstration in Tiabano. His wife self won't follow him.
Right. You should be wrapping up, please.
I didn't go into the legal matters, so these are just.
We'll come back to that.
The legal matters.
Let me hear from Mr.
Okay.
Kingsley.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kingsley.
Okay, so good morning once again to your viewers and your listeners. Well, I heard my brother mentioning that Ken Oforiatta is fugitive, meaning he's someone who has run from incarceration or let's say in prison, and which is not a fact. The only person making and is Ken Oforiatta has been someone, a law-abiding citizen here and there. So Ubi Ekase Ken Oforiatta is fugitive. Then I don't know where the person is coming from, but you know, as a social analyst, and you know, the topic that we are discussing is about our former finance minister. And we all know, he did mention of if in the government of Ken Oforiatta, if we were to build, you know, world-equipped hospitals in this country, he wouldn't have, you know, been thrown to, let's say, the US outside
to
for
seek medical
attention. We all know that the Akufo-Addo Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia-led government has been the best government in terms of, you know, hospital or health infrastructures. Just to mention a few or talk about a little of it. This Agenda 111 project by the NPP government was a very huge infrastructural developmental project under the New Patriotic Party. By then, Ken Oforiatta was then the finance minister.
Can I have your pen and your paper?
The pen, you can have it. This is not a paper.
Okay.
let me get.
Give me a paper. Today I want to write.
So, you see, these are some of the things that it's okay.
All right. I have some here. Okay, I think I should have a pen.
You have a pen?
I should have a pen.
So, All what I'm trying to say is that I am pushing him because per what he was saying, it should be. It should be.
I don't want to forget some of the things you are saying. Not that I won't write anything. I just want to jot some of the rebuttals that I'm making.
President Akufo-Addo said that we should be citizens but not spectators. I'm expecting that he being a Ghanaian should be real. Okay. Now, we are dealing with the foreigners and the local people as well. So you better make sickers and
that's fine.
Share a buying we won't. And as a mini abe man asema walk on. He has not been fair with Ghanaians. Because yen say MPP are buying Nkuto na Irishé se manasa o mine no ana o manfo no apomuden eda o makoma so. We went ahead to introduce the agenda 111 hospital infrastructure project. Na eba beboa ama Ghana no ya Irishé ene Irishaju media yedi no mine no atumi afa ne ntuma pa eden.
So please, if I may ask, for the sake of the viewers, can you pinpoint any of the hospitals so far since the previous administration came into power they were able to build, and including the Agenda 111, which of them they've been able to complete?
Well, when we go to Asante region, we have about 3 Agenda 111 projects completed and commissioned.
And it's in operation.
Yes, it's working. It's working.
Right.
When you go to Enyinem, we have 1 Agenda 111 project over there. It has been commissioned and it's working. So, just to mention a few, even this NDC government, when they resume office, they commissioned 4 of Agenda 111 projects. It's a fact.
What of Accra?
Accra. Well, I don't have facts governing that, but I know during COVID, then NPP government was able to, build these hospitals that was taking care of people with COVID.
The COVID-19.
COVID-19, yes, at
UGMC.
Not UGMC.
Where?
This Kwabena. Yes.
Right.
Yes. And it's functioning. People around Kwabena can attest to it. If they are doing the listening, they can call in or test to attest to that. It's immediate. There may person make and they say Ken Ofori-Atta went to the US based on his health, status. Now, he has not only been the statesman, even just recently in the NDC government, Basintele was thrown to outside. You see, I quite said Ghana no yenji yehuni. And nothing MPP abamba you can't say eat what you grow in this country. Na yen man yenin so dia yewo. And no nebetumi aboama yetumi compete with the other European countries. Anya sana de bia they will see us say ye slaves. It's your enough hospitals wa but bibi tu obi pe ni ye pagya ni mu ye se ye de na kwama no ne ye kwakosa ne yade ayeden aba. It's kind of right issues enye bibi e sononko. Yenim say enne today is 15th, right? Yenim say enne is going to appear before the ICE court. Yes.
He's supposed to appear before the
Yes, today, 15th.
No, 20th.
Is it 20th?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then I'm sorry. You see, so these are some of the things I share anymore. And one, Ken Ofori-Atta ICE for chair or much detaining is not about
the extradition process.
The extradition process.
Okay.
It's about the expiration of his visa.
His visa.
And that is the work of the ICE. That is not the work of Ghana. Your friend is a Attorney General. For him say a ginger the activity of ICE which is wrong, which is totally lies.
But don't you think that drew the attention as well?
The ICE know what they has to do.
Okay.
It is not just recently. Ghana for so jagu so na imunfa said nam tema kromra munfa Ken Ofori-Atta. What your statement ICE for the bar or see they are not going to his state to bring back said nam tamakro and Ken Ofori-Atta because that is not their job. If say Ghana for Attorney General nya bre say or say said nam tamakro any Ken Ofori-Atta bar they have to start the job here and the eyes are ready to provide them. Because that is not their job. And no better now can say, you say where this can be organ and Tibesina. When he was placed on Interpol red list, I didn't see it. Madam, in Kenya they want to Interpol red list, so they piano. I see a show. Na, and she said, "Ye be a home say, see a bow bow memoir, ye do, but Anameboa." Ken Ofurata was placed on a red list of Interpol. And Bosivi. It didn't end this if a bomb was for him. You're Attorney General, oh, bomb was for him, said, wouldn't well lead to the action of the ICE. No. It is lies, and Ghanaians should debunk that from the Attorney General.
Right.
The members say, Kenyan, they say, Yenim say, oh, man, be moon not way from Swobia. Ubibia Amrom Ranaso. Bibia Shemrasi, even the president, Shemranasi. It is a yes, so say Ken Ofurata aye bibia. You were emra kwan ye betu me de na yede afaso.
Right.
Ama we face justice.
Okay.
Maybe say na yes Ken Ofurata aba na ya bonu kwadu. Ye de na akọ aseni bia. Say ni na waya. Maybe mini hu asem emra no should take its course. Minim say wa twetwe nsem bebre awo ba be kan hu asem. But the ambassador me catch one say the person who say, well, if he has a political lens, he should take that thing off and speak as a socialist who speak for the youth of this country. Thank you.
Can I continue?
Let's take the lens off.
Okay. So before I will see him with my like maybe 30 seconds. How does social commentators communicate? How should they communicate?
You communicate to the interests of the people, not to a political party.
Right.
Okay. So that is subjective, right?
Yes.
That is subjective. Okay, so let me start by saying this. Who is a fugitive? Who is a fugitive?
You have the floor, so you'll be best to.
Yes, I'm coming. I'm going into the dictionary.
Okay.
A person who has escaped from captivity, or is in hiding.
So is in hiding, or he has escaped from captivity?
Is he not in hiding?
How? Someone who is seeking medical attention is in hiding. Continue.
That one.
There's another definition, right?
I'm coming. I'm not done. I'm not done. A quick to disappear, stroke fleeting.
As part of the definition
yes.
for a fugitive.
Yes. Anybody who is quick to disappear.
Was he quick to disappear? He passed through the immigration process.
I beg. When you were talking, I was right here with you. I didn't utter a word.
Right.
So I beg, grant me that courtesy.
All right.
Okay. Right. You see, when I used the word fugitive for Ofuriata, I knew exactly what I meant by using that word for him. The laws that will deal with Ken Ofuriata is within a jurisdiction. The fact that he's in US, that you know that he's in US, doesn't make him not hiding. Once that he's not in Ghana, when the law needs him to be, and he's in US, in a jurisdiction that the laws that will prosecute his case can't reach him, he's in hiding. Am I lying? What I'm saying, am I not making sense?
You are making sense.
Okay. He says Agenda 111 is the biggest hospital project. Yes, I agree. To build 111 hospitals is the biggest. But when it was launched, the former president Akufo-Addo told us that they were going to do it in 1 year. Later, they reviewed that time period to 18 months. He is confidently saying that in Ashanti region, they commissioned and it's working. Read stories about the day that hospital was being commissioned. The constructor said he has not handed over the hospital to government. Let's be honest with ourselves. And don't try to impugn on people's integrity by saying they are not, what do you call it, socialists or whatever. If that hospital had been operationalized, the people there would have benefited. So if I sit here and I tell you that it wasn't commissioned, and for that reason, or it's not operational, and for that reason you want to attach a political affiliation to me, then so be it. That is your understanding of who a social commentator should be. But that I don't understand it that way. As a social commentator, my ultimate responsibility is to speak the truth, which I have done from the first day I came here to the last day I'll leave this studio. You claim that the hospital project has been commissioned. A hospital is not just the building. No. Read the meaning of a hospital. Tell us the meaning of what a hospital is. If you build a structure, you cannot call it a hospital. A hospital must give a specific services.
Friendly and welcoming to visitors or guests.
And it must give treatment to the sick.
Yeah.
Who goes there to seek medical health? Say, the hospital was commissioned and operational. Show us a card, a hospital card, a free or any agenda 111 hospital near here. So they were commissioned and operational.
Don't forget.
Show us a card of any of the hospitals.
Time will come to.
But you shouldn't forget that we are no more using cards because of the digitalization.
You see,
so you should mention that.
When you go to the hospital, at the UGMC, they will give you a hospital ID card. When you come, they will type your name into the system, and they will know, your records will come. It is across board in this country.
Yeah.
So it is not. It has got nothing to do with the digitalization. You should show us something saying that I went to the hospital, or even if you say that what do you call it? There are no cards. Let's assume that what you're saying is true. You should show us a receipt. So call hospital now, if you pay a bill at the hospital, they'll give you a receipt. You should give us a receipt, a copy of a receipt from any agenda 111 hospital in this country, since they are operational. But you must put equipment in the hospital that will make health delivery accessible. It is not just about the building. I can build anything and call it a hospital. I can build anything and call it a hospital. If you go onto the Ghana Health Service portal, you see the list of hospitals they have. Go to the Ghana Health Service portal and point to me one agenda 111 hospital operational on their Ghana Health Service portal. Go there and point to me. I don't like communicating this way, but once you start to push me into you are political this, you are political this, you communicate this way. I am not here to please any political party. I am here to tell the truth, and if the truth doesn't inure to you, don't be quick to tag me with a political color. One, he said he said Oforiata is visa expired. It didn't. It was revoked. Oforiata's visa was supposed to expire in February this year. His visa was revoked. I'm telling you this on authority. You came. Do you think the American people will just wake up and cancel somebody's visa or revoke the visa? No. What are the things? What are the things in here? What are some of the bases in here to revoke your visa? Go online and read. It is on their homepage. Go and read. It is there. Even if the Ghanaian embassy here, their website, if you go there, they will tell you the things you have to do to get your visa revoked. You know, and being a fugitive is one of them. Committing a crime and living and finding refuge in their country is one of the reasons why you can get your visa revoked. He said Interpol red alert. Right before I go into the legal matter, he said Interpol red alert. When somebody issue Interpol red alert, they should bring you. Interpol red alert can be challenged. Once the challenge is made, they have obligation to take you off the list and look into the challenge and go into the merit of the issue. You understand? That is what happened. Oforiata challenged the Interpol red alert. They decided that let's take it off. Go into the merit of the issue. If there's merit in it, whoever wins, wins. So you cannot just say by the virtue that they took him off the Interpol red alert, he is free. He's not. He doesn't have anything to answer. Really? Really? You see, this is the reason why this country is as it's like it is. People like us, me and him, I'll not take myself out. We defending people who have committed crimes against us. Oforiatta used his own company, borrowed money, and got commission on top. When the DDEP came, who suffered? Let's go into the banks of data bank and see if the DDEP affected data bank. But it affected people who had gone to buy bonds from the government. People died out of it. The man called Kama, he said it in public before he died. Thank you. I know my time is up. You just told me. And I know it. But when you go into the legalities of Oforiatta extradition is not just simple. You just don't make the request and the following day they extradite the person for you. Under your administration, MPP's administration, extraditions came for Ghanaian citizens. How many did you extradite? Because it's a process. You started a process, and this current administration came and finished the processes, and they've extradited people. So what makes you think that the fact that extradition has been sent yesterday, the person should be extradited, and the fact that the person has not been extradited, he doesn't have questions to answer? It takes time. And he talks about Sedinam Tamaklu. Under which administration was that woman prosecuted and sentenced? Your administration. He was sentenced in 2023. It took you 2 years. You couldn't bring the woman back to Ghana. You expect somebody to bring the woman back to Ghana within a year? It was under your administration. 2 good years. It was the latter part of 2024 that Odami sent his extradition processes. 2024 August. If you don't know, I'm telling you today. So if you want somebody to blame for Sedinam Tamaklo being there and not being in Ghana, blame yourself. And you see what Oforiatta is doing. What is happening to Oforiatta is giving people like him and politicians reasons to loot us and run. Nipania bonia obetana ha momian country pansa wa boni brabe yi bonia no. Now ba be defending na china me wi ana me kwa wo ba wo obi nso defend me.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Dubig. Mr. Kingsley.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think the possible outcome could be for the hearing for Ken Oforiatta in the upcoming days?
Well, we leave that to the authorities, because so far as the case is in court, we cannot deter. Or probably his lawyers will be the right people to speak for this case. And again, mentioning of the agenda, one man, hospital.
You want to address that?
Yes, I want to address that. When we go to Roboso in the Asante region, there's one commissioned. When we go to Twedium, there's one commissioned. And when you go to Swame, there's one, and Shidium. Yes.
They are all in
the
operation.
Shidium, they are all in operation. All these are 250 bed capacity hospital built by His Excellency the former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, just to help Ghanaians access, healthcare, good and better healthcare, as I may say. So, back to Ken Oforiatta, as I'm saying.
Yes.
For now.
For now.
Because case no ever court. You share a team for no say. Omobema emra. Any pepepeyo. Any attentene beyedma. Because we believe say the United States a state. Omoji a friend is the human rights law near the etum. Now all can was say you try Ken Oforiatta and visa. And you know, correct. I see funny statement on the buy and they said Papano has overstayed in US. That is why the immigration department was looking for him. And say you can say will be ye twemu a ade ntine ye de na court ye twemu a de ntine ye de na court but the cases you have overstayed and it's against the immigration law. In that case, the entire Ken Ofurata sabi ne visa no ewuye na America phone him second Ofurata because he traveled on what protocol because he was a statesman.
Yeah.
It did not be to me in say America mining to me me can say they don't know second Ofurata ne visa ebewu da say and ebewu da say and I say ebian from so say ne one akwantu nkrata ho say ye den hwehwem. But the attorney say obia owo bia ho ewo ayarehwe kwan so o sa ne ho yade de. It left with the doctors who are in charge or mo hwe no say ebetumi atwere e de akoma immigration ewo USA. Oh no kre papa no oba ye no oba beji ayarehwe. Yehwehwe mu an ye hu say saa abiri no ho ayeden ato no. Nti akwanya na ba say so ayeden usan konechi. Ana say papa no ye gusu a ye sa ne yade ne ho nto no. Nti say ne visa na ewu a ye besere mu as the immigration department no mo renew ne visa no nyede ema no. I think these are some of the basic things sorry ye kwakọ ka ho asem e wo court. So nti ye nyina ye nhwe anim say obi a wasom man no sompa na waye adwumaden di abo wo man no ama enam ne nsa ase sabi bank ahodo a nanka ne senka sa bank no da ho te ase a nti eni ba bi o man ne aduru ni etumi kika yansa wani ne yenka weni we mom ne yen ne ba ko yenka weni mom ne yen ne ba ko na sika bi a bekwa akodi ya na yen hu ne management ni yie no yen hwe ne yen fa nkwhye bank ba ko yen tumi manage ne yen mu o man ne yie obi a wasom o man ne so mpa enti sei na say ye kaka se bi say fa no ho a I think say we've not been fair to Ken Ofurata. I'm not defending anyone because as at now he said yen na aye do baby you defend criminals. So what I'm trying to say is say and the American is say he cannot state say Ken Ofurata a criminal because for now emre bia ni wo court bia imwa Ken Ofurata for say or a criminal. For that he need to withdraw from that statement. Offer obi criminal on what basis? Court to pay any way to me say ampa nipa way or a criminal based on these charges that you lay against no and na you say no cry. So until now ye hwe animu say Nyankopon nya adom na Ken Ofurata okopie emre animu a 20th of this month. Na lawyer for any atemuafo bedo emre animu esko aye nsem no mu pensem mu ahwe so mo de yie be eden ebetu yie. Topic bi wo ho ananka me person manka me bo awura mu but ma twentwen so kakra all can say Ken Ofurata was the worst finance minister when in Nabreso 2021 the energy sector levies ahodo e ba nyina was less comparing to 2015
the energy
sector levy
okay.
E ba under the supervision of the energy minister and the finance minister was less. Comparing to one city levy Omodiaba recently, comparing to energy reforms in 2015.
But we were not paying any levy, or you mean
we were paying levies in 2015. There was energy sector levies. It is there. Any year reforms amendments in 2021. Year amendments reforms in 2021. No. The Ken Ofurata share yes supervise yam a share say yentua as energy sector levy no that extra was less than this D levy and crofo yakota ma betu yankom amen ne wo ba abotofo a okọ school ne or fa trotro or fa uber otua, which is very very painful and which is very very sad to this country. Sa abofra elko school one city na abofra ni tua bi then na on my year kwan and abrena na no NDC fo nya akwanya sikadodo ewa memmo mu sin MPP aban omo ba omo nya sikadodo so omo tumi fa anya hwe so omo say na dey the American gwagosi and say Ken Ofurata was the best finance minister because he managed this economy economy no etumi gina so meni umienu yete ase ne covid meni umienu say bi nya bi ne yete ase a through the management of Ken Ofurata and then health minister and the president of then republic of this country. It is out to obia na on mine our crisis mu. On mine facing a lot of challenges across the globe. Na watumi aboa ama menewo ene yetia se ahome wo yemu na se yebetumi aka say so saa nipa no ye nipa bone dia na ye ne kenufora ni yi de metumi aka no mimi ne eminim se emra pe court pe ne betumi aka se obi ayam from so obi ese se ogina mra no but as a true indigene of this country ne de me hwe ba bia covid baaye se ne na aman bi ebre Russia Ukraine war baaye se ne na aman bi ebre na Ghana yabedum pempenso a yadui as see yetumi di asida emma then management of this country. So one said that the energy
which includes Ken
yes, which include Ken Ofo-Atta and your friend is saying His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Okay. Because there were a whole lot of policies a buy share COVID buy and a nanka yen and the four bits and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo a friend is saying Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and come my way and come and me and you be see happening. Because
oh no, don't go.
Because almost you say as a somebody share papa ebubu akwem right amma me no ye ma ye nananom ye wo faasefo etumi nya enkwa etena se COVID by within 2 months 3 months na ye see new hospital a ehwe aboa
with the COVID levy.
Not with the COVID levy.
Oh, okay.
You see, hospital ni we before even the implementation of COVID levies near there. There work abenya make am once and one. Now it take care of people with the COVID-19.
Into COVID levy no more and so then
it has a long way to help this country because COVID we say anchor within a year. So when we say na there
but still need to levy no.
Say you because of say COVID nkoi. Ne wa kania hudo bebre wo ho no ma na esi yenye sika de bo ho bra. Because the COVID was across this country, all regions was affected. It is yan to buebi amfa anya den anso sa ya de yanwa. Now unim say statement by from the US say in fact Ghana has been the best management of COVID-19.
Your time is up, please.
But do you agree to that? Do you agree to that? No, do you agree to that? That was a statement from US that in time of COVID, no, Ghana was the best country to manage COVID-19.
Okay.
Led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
And Ken Ofo-Atta.
Yes, and Ken Ofo-Atta, yes, of course.
What is the possible outcome of this particular hearing for us? And what's in it for us as a country, Ghana?
He asked that.
You have 5 minutes.
Yes. Why go to court if his visa was revoked? Let me tell him something about the immigration laws in America. If they revoke your license, your visa, they will still have to take you in front of a judge for overstaying the visa, because when they revoke your visa, they give you a number of days that you can stay up to gather your stuff and leave on your own volition. You understand? When you don't do that and the eyes come for you, they won't just deport you because almost say I revoke your visa. They have to take you in front of a judge. The judge must issue a warrant deporting you. So warrant, no judge don't want a bit the amount. That's why they are taking him to the immigration court on the 20th. I wish and hope, since he says that Ofo-Atta has not committed any crime, he loses the court case and he's deported. You see, he says he asked me a question. He was saying that who calls somebody a criminal or something. He said something of that sort.
Yes, you cannot call someone a criminal.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something you know, but you decided not to. You decided to ignore. I know that you know. Crime. When the police wants to arrest you, the court doesn't tell the police to come and arrest you. The police will arrest you based on their knowledge of the law and what they perceive to be a crime that you have committed.
So you are a suspect.
Based on that, you can choose to call him a suspect. I can choose to call him a criminal. You see, Chachuche Kata was arrested in this country.
criminal.
Jailed. You see, he's calling him
He
a
said
criminal.
jailed.
I'm coming.
Jailed.
I'm coming. I'm making an argument. Jailed. Went for an appeal. Won the appeal. The court set him free, but he's calling him a criminal.
He was jailed.
But the appeals court set him free, cancelling that ruling that made him a criminal. But you are calling him a criminal. It's for that the moja wonu. Said and one minister mo lawyer akoka say adwen mo na e back mu no. So you can call Chachukata a criminal and it's okay. After he went to court and got himself acquitted, you can call him a criminal and it's okay. But when I say Ken Oforiatta is a criminal, you disagree. Say I should apologize.
You have to.
I won't apologize.
Because no court have sentenced.
Because people suffered under him. He made people's life difficult. And he talks about consolidated banks. Really? You want to even use that as an achievement? Yeah. There are people whose monies, they've not even still received their monies after those banks were collapsed. A 9 billion problem. You use 21 billion to solve that 9 billion problem. And you are telling me that it's an achievement? How is that an achievement? 9 billion could have kept those banks afloat. 9 billion cedis. You use 21 billion cedis. Was that money Ken Oforiatta's money? It was the taxpayers' money he used to do all those things. And he talks about ESLA. Energy sector levies that he collected.
To dive into
we'll dive into that.
He collected less.
Please hold on.
He collected less. Who collected less? He collateralized it. But the Kwaje Bosnia Bedi organizing Kenke party.
See? You already my job trends bro.
What the Kwaje Bosnia Bedi betray Kenke party. So what do you mean? What are you trying to say? He collateralized that thing, using it for Dachi bonds. Huh? DDP may be calm. When I think I explained this in this studio, that after he was still collecting the levies, but he went to tell the bondholder, those who purchased the bonds, that he cannot pay them. So where was the money going? Where was the money going? And he's saying Russia, Ukraine. Are they still not fighting? Russia, Ukraine,
there were so many implementations.
They still not fighting.
They are fighting.
So why are you not feeling the impact in Ghana?
Because they were.
And then
there were policies.
And then America called Bombay, Venezuela, president.
Yeah.
Why are we not suffering?
Structures here, Juma.
When are they?
Yes.
Ah, God. Is he alive?
Yes.
Right, let's move on.
Move the president Akrem who's on Russia, Venezuela president in
yes.
Yes, because Ubeyama Penny, I said what thinking ahead.
And then I want me to think ahead that COVID say economy saying
COVID by just
no, you're saying you should think ahead. No, you are saying that you should think ahead. There be one answer you should
think ahead at the range.
Now one of the
I don't know. Then no, I buy and think ahead.
Thank you. People in the world, but come back and say, "I caused the downfall of this economy." And you cannot think the impact on the economy. As I suppose was here, and your impact under MPB economy.
Right. Thank you. Let's move on. Let's look at our next topic: the energy
you have
levy.
Ink in your pen.
And
yes,
how
I do have ink.
I have
my pen.
Pen here.
No, I'm asking because he has a lot to write.
Oh, okay.
I won't write anything. For the energy sector, I know it's like something, so I won't write anything.
At your fingertips. Right. So let's look at the energy levy and how it has helped to stabilize Ghana's power sector. And this statement was made by Felix Kwachi of yesterday during the government's accountability series. So the energy sector levy introduced by the government of Ghana has been credited with helping to stabilize the country's power system by generating revenue to pay for electricity production and reduce the outstanding suppliers' debts. Do you believe so?
I don't.
Why?
Because now any energy sector debts as at 2025 $1.47 billion.
$1.47
billion. And they are telling us that the e-levy, which is the 1 cedi per liter levy they are taking now.
D-levy.
That is the D-levy.
Yes.
Don't forget, it is D-levy, but it's e-levy. That is energy sector levy. Isn't it? Yeah. So, almost that Ghana for. Miniaba, and this is a contompo for Adabrabani, Adada, Amanophone, no much of man with you. Once you make a e-levy, but you still have it. As energy sector levy, as e-levy. And I'm Miniaba. Okay, now, they are telling us, say, as at 2025, energy sector levy $1.47 billion. Again, the collection out of the D levy, the 1 cedi per liter, annually is going to generate $1.7 billion. So I'm expecting the finance minister to repeal this energy sector levy, in next year, because we will be able to pay all our energy sector debt in 2 years. And there will be excess. So they
should repeal it.
They should repeal it. I'm looking up to that. So, then they have not been fair to Ghanaians. Because even a year crown, you to me a cat that one crown manaka kakrebi. So in 1.5 years, say you to me a can free na sa 1 cedi per liter levy na that one. You free Ghana for so. You free menu, ye man get one of Muko school mutia, the you free almost. Because Oma Bema asitine my then I did because of this 1 cedi per liter levy, modiaban. Again, I will say, ube open your calculator with me. Now, many why I did be here. Please forgive me for the sake of our listeners and viewers. I am taking you back to 2015. These are the levies the NDC by then. No one somebody be fear bemu. Omu impose ye ebu Ghana for so. 1. 41 pesos per liter on petrol and diesel. Foreign exchange rate under the recoveries. That's 5 pesos. Infrastructure support levy. 28 pesos. Sorry. That's why I want you to take your calculator with me.
So you said 1.
Yes, the first one is the 41 pesos.
41 pesos.
Yes, per liter on fuel and diesel. The foreign exchange under recoveries levy, 5 pesos.
5 pesos.
Yes. Power generation and infrastructure support, 28 pesos.
28
pesos. Then again, Tema Oil Refinery Company debt recovery, 8 pesos per liter.
8 pesos.
That same and we have 3 pesos per liter on marine gas. That's marine gas. That's 3 pesos. And 4 pesos per liter on fuel. That's also attribute to the your friend is saying Tema Oil Refinery. Again, we have 37 pesos on LPG gas. And this is for the buy in 2015. 37 pesos. Okay. Then again, we have another 5 pesos on the same LPG gas in 2015.
Plus 5 pesos.
Plus 5 pesos. Again, not both figures for the sake of time. Then 28 pesos again.
28 pesos.
Yes. 4 pesos. Then we have 40 pesos per liter on petroleum and diesel.
40 pesos.
40 pesos. Then again, we have 1 peso. Then we have 12 pesos. Then we have 10 pesos. Then we have this is in percentage, which is 5%. So that is okay. So, madam, okay, when you know how many cedis and pesos?
So 2 cedis, 26 pesos.
That was 2015. This was the energy sector levy the NDC imposed on Ghanaians in 2015. 2 cedi, how much?
26 pesos.
26 pesos. Energy sector levy NDC for imposing on Ghanaians in 2015. Okay. Any eba MPP eba bem. In 2021, any amendment. When my dear amendment no. We only impose 20 pesos per liter. That is the ESLA levy. 20 pesos per liter. And they buy as energy sector levy. If my brother is doing the listen, I will say he should do that. And I know say he's doing his research. You should do that.
Videos on YouTube.
Okay. So what I'm saying here is that 2015 they imposed 2 cedi 26 pesos on Ghanaians energy sector levy alone. Okay. So when the New Patriotic Party came into power, and another Kufuor and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud government came into power 2017, we saw it say no, this thing is killing Ghanaians. Ghana for so what are we going to do? It's here the bill called Parliament, and we repeal those levies now. 2 cedi 26 pesos now. No, we are to Ghana for Koma and Hochiri. Now my enemy Kania in Subo Aden Akosoro. So we only after repealing it, then we brought in the ESLA of 20 pesos per liter. And now we buy and how many pesos per liter? 1 cedi.
1 cedi.
It's in wine the wine and the wine the baby and yonko.
You have 1 minute.
Have 1 minute. Okay. You see, so this should point out clearly. Say the New Patriotic Party say ye ba be mu a ye dwen Ghana for ho sin NDC for. Because previously krano what the 2 cedi 26 pesos beto Ghana for kom. And ye buy ye be yi fi ho. And ye the 20 pesos. E buy. And when ye the buy any nyina no say en so wani. Nti Ghana for to aba ma NDC for in 2024. Be di Ghana be mia we so no. Say 20 pesos na ESLA AGL ewo ye friend say per liter so no. En so oman no. Nti the 1 cedi and na eden aba. 1 cedi is so ebu mi no mienu nyina ye nkom. Just recently enyinam nkania ebo akosoro. Insuo bo ayeden akosoro. Nti so ye nuanum NDC for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eni owura to forcing. So omudwen Ghana for ho there, I am expecting the finance minister to repeal the 1 cedi per liter levy no omudi aba no in less than 6 months in this year.
Right.
And never bo Ghana for.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Kingsley. Mr. Dubik.
Yes, sir. Yes, madam.
Yeah. How bad
Today
was...
I'm calling you, sir.
Because of what you are watching.
Right. How bad was the power situation before the levy was introduced?
Before I even answer the question you just asked me, I would want to answer it at the later part of my submission.
You have 5 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. My bro says that they should repeal the energy sector levy because it would accrue monies enough to pay all the debt.
All the debt.
Right?
Yes.
That's what he's saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
If he says that, then I'll pardon him because I think that he doesn't. I don't want to use a word that would sound disrespectful. Yes, he doesn't really acknowledge the issues with the energy sector. The energy sector debt is not a one-off thing. You're more current to near training in an academia match review. How much is ECG making in distribution losses? ECG is only able to collect 70% of the light they distribute. There are transmission losses. There are fuel. Fuel na ekoto de power the thermal plant no. We pay for that fuel, which is additional cost debt onto the state. You understand? So if you say because yes, can was is here 1.7 billion, near 1.7 billion ni we are. Yenka levy no more. Can I be better? How do we pay the debt that will be accrued after? So the energy sector debt is not a one-off thing. It doesn't just happen and it never happens again.
And it never happens again.
You get it? Mm-hmm. It continued to happen. And he kept making calculations. 2 cedi, 1 cedi, 20 pesos, 50 pesos. What can't be enough when a boy saying at that time? 2015 no o kan ni nyina bom no na a gallon of fuel 14 Ghana cedis. A gallon of fuel. By the time we were leaving office, a liter of fuel was 17 cedis. Una also abete levy a free so what a thing near Masonia dear. And this for a man boy for or kind of cray. Who free a bermuno. Now a liter boy danger or more the levies nearby, you know, not in a gallon. A gallon of fuel.
You consider the world market?
4.5 liters. Mako 4.5 and make it 1 gallon. And at that time, if you multiply, if you divide 14 cedis by 4.5, you be nothing. That was the liter of fuel at that time. Divided, send our calculation. So, yeah, mommy. 14 cedis divided by 4.5. 14 divided by 4.5 will be nothing.
14 divided by 4.5. 3.1111.
And a liter of fuel at that time was 3.1. 3.1. Time now, mobile on the levies in every one. A liter of fuel was 17 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Upe fuel, papa.
Consider the world price.
Upe, me say, who you calculate one consider world price in Mammy Namadi. Upe fuel, papa. At that time, they 21. So V power nene adian upe fuel na near green na would go engine ma and say engine na 21 Ghana cedis and under you per liter. And now even with the 1 cedi levy na was no fuel yet 10 cedis. Upe V power 12 Ghana cedis, which is still cheaper than you without the levy. So what moral justification do you have to say it was better under you? Because ladies nina kaboma, the end is the total price of the product. If I bring 1,000 levies and my product is still cheaper with you with 0 levy, then what are you even complaining about? Is it that you hate paying the levy, or the cost bores you and you don't want it cheap? Who have the same?
You have 1 minute.
Because fuel no bore. For 10 time and now wa ba mo na levy bi anaso. Esla no buy and there was a sunset clause. Esla was supposed to expire in 2013. Now with the core parliament. Una what say wa ba be dogan afo me NDC for say Esla no 2018 ye beje taxes ni nyina wi ye ngi bi. E na wo say me dogan afo pa mateso ba mo betua na afebo. You pay it forever. One of these it was under your administration which removed the sunset clause of the ESLA levies. 1 year. So you don't have any moral justification to sit here and even talk about ESLA and how much it was and who added what and who removed what. Because you can't. NDC now be not 2018 on you. And now they all say, what Dogana afforded to a Muntian affable between NDC and you. Today you force me to communicate as if I'm an NDC. I'm communicating for the NDC.
So are we going to continue paying this levy?
Which one?
The D levy. Will we continue paying it?
As long as we are paying, we are paying. Nanga obejama wana kotua energy sector levy wana betua. Huh? Ubejetia wana kotua.
Alright, so briefly.
You see, until a new structure is put in place to take care of the energy sector debt, I think it is the right thing to do, to take levies, to take taxes, to make sure that these debts don't become an albatross around the next generation's neck. Because Ghana the car, oh yeah, say any betuya na, the next generation will pay.
Right. So if this 1 cedi levy really helped to stabilize the energy sector, what would have happened if it wasn't introduced?
We would have gone back to the doom song. Why? But didn't you
when we were paying 2 cedi 26 pesos, there was doom song.
I'm asking you.
In 2015,
didn't your people predict doom song will be back? Your people, Nana B, Miracles Abuaje,
and even Napo,
they all predicted doom song will be back.
So that is why.
So if we are paying levies,
levies on
let me tell you, I will gladly pay the 1 cedi. My daughter will pick car to school and gladly pay the levy. If she comes back home and has electricity to learn, I'll gladly pay that one.
By the time we were paying less levies, the light was
how much was the fuel? How much was the fuel? It was 17 cities when we were paying less levies.
How much was the world market then?
I said when you were making your argument.
Because we are not refining this thing fuels here.
Now he wants to talk about refinery.
Yes,
we really want to talk about refinery.
Yes, then.
Which people collapse Tor?
Oh.
You wanted to sell Tor for 22 million within 8 months. That NDC came into power. They have made profit of $21 million.
Do you know why goods and services are costing in this country? Because Temaport has been sold out.
To who?
Yes. To an abhorrent person, abhorrent businessman. Ask Mahama. Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
Do you have evidence to that?
This thing has been in the news for a while. Yes.
The fact that it has been in the news doesn't make it the truth. Oh. Let me explain.
See,
let me explain the port matter to you.
See, Temaport
has been sold to who? Oh. To who? Mention his name. How much did he buy it for?
Right.
Is that the case?
How much did he buy it for?
No, that's not the argument.
You see, what's what you are going? What's what you are going? Before the state.
This is where the political lens comes in. Because before how he's aggressive answering questions.
Before
we are all seeking for the truth.
Before.
No, but listen, you should calm down because
before
he's aggressive.
I don't think
I'm smiling throughout this. I'm a passionate person. Everybody that knows me knows. You see, before the state of Ghana can enter into agreement with a foreigner, it must go through parliament. Show out the Hansard. That says we sold Temaport. You see, there are 2 terminals at the port right now. There's the MPS port and the old port Kwame Nkrumah built. The MPS port right now is build, operate, and transfer. An investor was somewhere in France who wanted to build a port in Ghana. We gave him the space, he brought his money, built the port, and he is going to operate it for a number of years. Offset his investment and transfer it back to Ghana. How does that qualify to be the Temaport has been sold? How does that become, say, Yaton Temaport? And I have heard MPP loyalists go to town with this story. And Yaton Temaport. Now Mahama Yaton Temaport.
Temaport sold to French investor for 35 years. Yes, and that is why. That is why.
Read that.
That is why. That is why.
When I say something, when I say something to you, do I put time in my time? Me run me time my do I put them at time
negotiations? Any day that.
Oh, hi, the 9 about 2 years, sir. What for 9? So what is he talking about?
Now, madam.
How do I buy something and say my time for 35 years?
Now, you say your twice as here. First, I think say 70 years or something. And you are trying about 60 years. And also so as I say what but you say on toy in every 60 years you need to do renewals. And also it's an agreement.
When I was explaining
the person is a foreign investor.
It is build, operate, and transfer.
You understand
that? Yes. So he's going to build it. He's operating it for 35 years and transferring it afterwards. And yes, sir.
Yes.
And yes, sir.
So it's more or less like you're leasing it to.
How does it amount to selling? I told you the terminals are 2 now. The guy built a new terminal. He didn't take over the old terminal. He built a new terminal. It's not the old terminal. It's called the MPS Port Terminal in Tema.
So you
read
know
it.
No.
Walk on Facebook.
Facebook.
Now open analysis. I want an MP.
You see,
MPP.
When I was making my submission, he was also watching YouTube. So what I'm watching here doesn't mean this is where I'm getting my information from.
Oh, so he's not tit for that. He was watching YouTube.
I'm not concentrating on what he's saying, but I'm watching different things because I know what I'm saying. I said Temaport was sold to a French investor for 35
Read it. Open the link and read
it. Again, NDC sold Temaport for over 7 billion.
Once or can't, and he's not willing to even open the article and read quotations.
Is there a credible source?
A very credible source. And I'm telling you that this thing has been in the news, not just recently.
Me say the fact that it has been in the news doesn't make it the truth.
No, do you want to take my phone?
No,
Because the way you are.
No, I want to know because I'm interested. So which news portal is that? Oh, so that I'll find out.
The fact that it has been in the news doesn't make it the truth. What does it? I can pay.
ABN? Yes, ABN.
Why the ABN?
Oh, so you've never heard of
so
ABN?
If I pay bloggers to write that you're a thief,
ABN never belongs to
for a number of years. Me say for a number. If I pay bloggers to say
you see how my brother is aggressive defending. You see how he's aggressive defending the NPP.
Move on.
No, the NDC. Sorry. He's aggressively defending the NDC, but that shouldn't be. We were what you are saying is a lie. We were all against the high cost of price of goods in this country.
You are not,
and I'm telling you the fact. What has contributed to that in the same? Mahama sold Temaport to a French investor for 35 good years, and now. Because of that,
you see, okay,
hold on.
You can't sell something for a limited number of years.
And because
you can only rent out.
And because of
you
that,
can only lease.
Ghana government doesn't have, control on Temaport. So now the private investor is now telling Ghanaians or businessmen how to go about their businesses in this country. Because when you have goods at the Temaport that you want to clear, the private investor is now going to charge you on his rate because it was sold to him.
Really?
Yes, that is the situation.
That will be for another.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so that is why goods are costing in this country.
Let me clear.
That is why goods are costing in this country.
Let me clear this.
And who did that? It is President Mahama.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
So he always pushed the country into a ditch.
Let me clear this wrong impression that
it is not wrong impression.
You see,
what he
says that the private individual will put rates on the things we clear at the port.
Yes,
which is false.
It's not.
The import duties. I'm coming. Import duties at the port is determined by GRA and customs.
Is GRA and customs?
GRA and
customs.
Me say the import duties, the import levies at the port is determined by the GRA and customs.
So why is it that people who clear their goods from ports are saying that they are paying higher cost in clearing their goods? If that is what you are saying, why are they also paying huge sum of amount in clearing their goods? If this is your argument, bring what again?
Bring somebody's import bill.
Is that what you are saying?
Bring the bill. Let's
have one here. You have one here. You have the GRS own here.
Okay, right.
He who alleges must prove.
I know the one alleged. And I've proved to you. I've given you a news in regards to
gentlemen.
That. Temaport was sold by Mahama 35 good years, and that's why we are suffering.
Okay, thank you.
Temaport
will be for another day. Let's move on.
Temaport will be for another day. Thank you.
Let's look at our last topic briefly, because time is already gone. Artificial shortages worsening Accra transport woes. So the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Phyllis Kwatiofosu, says recent transport difficulties in Accra are being worsened by the actions of some private transport operators who are deliberately creating artificial shortages. He admitted that commuting in Accra has become increasingly difficult, especially during peak morning and evening hours. He explained that although the transport sector is largely run by private operators and unions such as the GPRTU, some drivers are exploiting the system for personal gain. So according to him, after fuel prices dropped and transport fares were reduced by about 15%, some drivers responded by avoiding their designated stations and roaming around in search of desperate passengers willing to pay higher fares. He cited areas such as Medina, Amasama, and Kaswa and Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where drivers allegedly refused to load passengers at stations, creating artificial scarcity and forcing commuters to pay more than approved fares. He described the practice as unlawful and said it partly explained the long queues and inflated fares commuters have been experiencing since the 2025 Christmas season. He has assured the public that government is taking steps to address the situation and deal with drivers who engage in such illegal practices, adding that efforts are ongoing to restore order and fairness in the transport system. Mr. Kingsley, what can you say to this? I believe you've also experienced this before.
You see, I like what the finance minister said.
You mean the communication minister?
Okay, sorry, first of all, yes, sorry.
Yes, sorry.
You know, this backed my argument with the Temaport issue. When a particular institution is being managed by a private person, it's very difficult for the government to have control. Clearly. Okay. Now, as he is saying, said, despite one reduction of fuel price and other stuffs, I thought he is going to mention of spare parts. Spare parts are high. The prices of spare parts, when you go to Aboso, from here I'm going to Aboso, okay? So the prices of even the vehicle spare parts are also higher. You see, to talk of, transport fares, you cannot, align it with the cost of fuel alone. Because there are so many things, there are so many factors that we all need to consider to make prices of transport, favorable for Ghanaians. You are also injecting, a loan into the economy to make sure, say, the cedi will be stabilized, the dollar will also be what? Will be stabilized. While spare parts prices are also what? Higher. So what do you expect the driver to do? Okay? Because when a driver commutes from, let's say, Kwame Nkrumah Circle to Amasamai, the risk of losing it, let's say, tie, whatever that is involved to allow the vehicle move to Amasamai is high. That contributes to, fair pricing. So the government should again visit, the spare parts pricing. I think that will be fair discuss.
Right.
Okay, but when you just mentioned, say, fuel prices are, less, are coming down, so the drivers also has to make sure they reduce their fares, then we have not been fair. That is my argument.
But did the minister say anything like that?
Yes, he said that. The minister said that.
But what she read, I didn't hear anything like that in it. So let's be fair to the minister.
Do you want him to read what?
Yes, he should read it. So we
kindly read.
You can use my time to read it.
Kindly read what the minister said. I like that.
What do you like?
What he is doing.
The fact that
I've ceded my time for clarity.
Not your time.
Right. The Minister of State in charge of government communications.
I'm not watching anything for
The Minister of State in charge of government communications, Felix Kwache Ofosu, says recent transport difficulties in Accra are being worsened by the actions of some private transport operators who are deliberately creating artificial shortages. Speaking at the government accountability series, Mr. Kwache Ofosu admitted that commuting in Accra has become increasingly difficult, especially during peak morning and evening hours. He explained that although the transport sector is largely run by private operators and unions such as the GPRTU, some drivers are exploiting the system for personal gain. According to him, after fuel prices dropped and transport fares were reduced by about 15%, some drivers responded by avoiding their designated stations and roaming around in search of desperate passengers willing to pay higher prices. Mr. Kwache Ofosu cited areas such as Medina, Amasaman, Kaswa, and Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where drivers allegedly refused to load passengers at stations. creating artificial scarcity and forcing commuters to pay more than approved fares. He described the practice as unlawful and said it partly explains the long queues and inflated fares commuters have been experiencing since the 2025 Christmas period. The minister assured the public that the government is taking steps to address the situation and deal with drivers who engage in such illegal practices, adding that efforts are ongoing to restore order and fairness in the transport system.
Did he hear that? Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Okay, now continue.
Okay. So all what I'm trying to say is the minister should be frank to Ghanaians, and we should face the facts as citizens, not just spectators. I like what he said. He said in just 2025 festive period,
Christmas period.
The meaning the NDC government has a lot to do. Because Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia saw this from afar. That is why he initiated the electric busing system.
How many of them?
In every, business, you need to pilot something. So he piloted 100 buses. 100. Yes, you see, if you don't know, you might not know. So we received 10.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So as of now, we have 10 operating. Okay.
See, all these policies.
He's piloting 10. He's piloting 100, but received 10.
By received 10.
Yes.
Yes, he's piloting 100, but you received 10.
Yes.
You're using 10.
Because the buses
for
are
the piloting
not
of
manufacturing in this country. We import them. Okay. The intention was to pilot 100 buses.
100. And now you are piloting 10.
But we have received 10 out of 100. So the 10 is working under this government. And I'll give credit to the transport minister. The last time I heard him saying that the electric busing system is going to help Ghana transport system. So it's good idea, very laudable idea from Ghana, our former Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. That gives him the credit that Ghanaians should again vote for him in 2028. Because all his ideas for this country was perfect. Okay? So just imagine, in 1 year.
It should be wrapping up, please.
5 minutes?
Yes, it's far gone.
Okay, then my brother will not have time because he has given his time to you. You see? No, so all what I'm saying is that Senka aban we buy no mfaso a ewo electric busing system no so. Enanka within 1 year no 99 aka ewo nsuoso ebedu ye no omutu hu anamo enanka no so abeka. And so you should ask the NDC government. You see, that's what I'm saying. Senka omutu hu anamo enanka 90 no abeka ho a. Enka sa challenges are ewo we. Enka heden eniwo. All can or say drivers for yes made the manusi. Made the manusi no. Or say driver for no enkojina station. Nyemisa ya won say all can circle, all can Madina, all can hefa no amasama no. All these centers na wabodi no. Ubekọ ho no. Na GPRT for task force for gina ho. Police for gina ho. Enti when na ehwa mo obi aba obi kro no. Clearly no dey episode infoni a ede na di kire Ghana for gina ne say. System no emu ayedin. A driver for so spare pass bo enye fuel nko na driver for ehwe edit first one as edit first so one say na dey anything nti say bibi sa so under your administration there na hunu say bibi wo ho no mo amonye den monye MPP aban be hunu say Ghana no yen transport system no ehu be hia say be ye bibi afa ho nti apart from the road transport management na ye dey buy no ye san call into what train am ne ukwa tema empaka dan ene ye nya train na edi juma o ma train na air condition wom aban na di biaba now president Manchester president ababe can say now from Accra to Nsaom rail line so no or baba a very laudable idea by Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Simple as that.
Thank you.
No one can argue it.
Right. Mr. Big.
Yes. Can you argue it?
I use your time to read. So just conclude with your last words.
Many politicians just say, yeah.
Politician.
But
you are a politician.
What's it time Pakada Railway?
Oh yes.
What's one day?
Mr. Big.
What's one day?
Right.
You see, I always say this. that the transport system in Ghana has failed.
And it's failed under NDC.
Unyo maya, huh? Pragya, Efanipa Omua. The transport system has collapsed. Yenra maya Pragya says Nipa Nigeria na India. She say Ibia Bagana. Our transport system has failed.
Manka Okada.
I fail it. You understand? When he says Okada, oh, you said you just said I didn't mention Okada, but I have a reason for not mentioning Okada. Okadas are not necessarily used to ferry passengers. Some, I said necessarily. Listen to me very well. Some use them to do delivery. Meboa.
Yes.
So if there's legislation trying to regularize their activities, I cannot just say because you do Okada funny penalty, I should lump all of them together and say it is bad. Some aspect of Okada is good. What you say? But that aside, you see, this is the reason why on my way, you solution to any problem. You know why? More MP before criticizing Abra Mahama. The first time now we free Abayamu. STC nkwa or 250 buses for the STC. We free Abayamu within a year. By the time Nana come here, free ho as you know. Now government owned buses aka 39. What's the mean blame abayin bi? Na minya abayin bi.
Okay.
Because I'm a social commentator.
Why in the pin Ghana for
na Metro Mass no won ti ha na na o mu twetwa bi condemn e wo kuma ase wa hu
me hu bi so free
so Facebook na right. So ukwa obehu Metro Mass being sold for scrap e wo ho kwana concept me my YouTube go now Facebook ho you see. So these things are things that we must take a holistic approach to them. When Ayalolo was introduced, we all lauded the idea until GPRTU stood up against it, and when MPP came, they shelved the idea of Ayalolo.
Right.
Ayalolo was supposed to have its own lanes. Any traffic, so it has its own lanes. It's a crime. Kwame Eugene was arrested for using, like when they were piloting Ayalolo, he was arrested for using an Ayalolo lane. Search it on the internet.
Right.
If the MPP had continued with Ayalolo, made investment into Ayalolo, there's our problems we are going in. But you sit here and you want to blame the NDC, and you expect me to join you to blame the NDC because it says that my title is social commentator. I will be an honest social commentator, and whoever doesn't like my honesty is their business.
It's their business.
Thank you.
It's their business. Thank you so much, Mr. Dubig and Mr. Kingsley, for joining us right here in the studios to dive into national issues. Thank you to our lovely audience and listeners for sticking with us. We'll meet same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.